Hello and welcome to the official Missing Basketball Commentary. This is your host, director Brady Bruce. And with our lineup today, we have main star Tucker Burquest.
Hey guys.
Main star David Tafoya.
Hello.
And surprising guest star Grady Wieczorek. So say hello.
Hola.
Alright boys, today we are going to dissect,
And
discuss...
girls.
You gotta really get everybody in this.
Yeah.
This film is
Animals.
for the everyman and woman. Thank you for your time.
Well, I have a question. So, who here... You know what? That's the question for another day. This is a great start. Okay.
Listen, Bray. Listen. You ain't gotta be stressed out about nothing.
This is unscripted.
This is just like
We
this
are reading
entire
the
movie. This is unscripted.
Well, I mean, that's kind of hypocritical, because this scene was scripted.
Okay, it was only kind of scripted
So
because we had a script for that specific scene.
That is true, but your point still remains.
The one scene that's scripted is the abuse. Brady really wanted to include the abuse in the scene.
Oh, you see, the head, the cutting off, that was unscripted.
The head cutting off? What are you talking about?
Well, you see, audience who is listening to the movie as well as us speak, David's character just said that he's going to cut his head off.
Oh. That makes sense.
Well, listen, sometimes I just gotta go off script. It just feels right. And if the director gives me the go ahead, I'm gonna go off script.
All right, now that the movie started, let's talk about the main story, the main setup right here. What is the purpose of these scenes? What do
To
you
show
say?
that I'm weak and I can't get out of duct tape.
Oh, very important, very important. For the audience member who may be just a casual viewer, you may be able to tell that, hey, this isn't 2012. Isn't this movie supposed to take place in, the past?
Probably. Who knows?
I
Well,
like
the
the
purpose
stunt
of-
actor.
This is a flashback, correct?
No.
Oh, this is the present. This is the present.
Yeah.
No, this is the present, and then it goes back to a flashback.
There you go, this is the flash forward. You see, we designed these flash forward scenes in a Mementos black and white style, so that way we could connect this translucent story. Was that artsy enough for you guys?
Yes, it's tripping with the audience's expectations.
Yeah, but I don't know if someone's like an art college student and they watch this. I feel like their expectations for a commentary are just gonna be like 2 notches above this. So can you take it up a little bit for me?
All right. Well, for this showing, this special screening, it's all about going in depth, synopsis style. Oh shoot, I misused that word.
Well,
Oh, this is
Good
this is one of the best characters of the movie right there.
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
You know what? Actually, I'm really happy with the reaction to that character.
Yeah.
I wrote him in. He was just gonna be in that one scene, and then I'm like, well, we need one clone left, so might as well make it this character Dave made up on the spot. And I remember in the theater watching it, everyone was just laughing to everything he said. I was surprised. I remember David leaned over and was like, I hate this character.
I hate him too. I just hate him. He's not like I feel like my best character.
Out of the 700 that you put.
Out of the 700 characters that you'll see me as in this film, not my favorite.
I have a question. Do I actually have an Australian accent, or is it totally off?
It's weird.
I don't really know.
I think you have your perception of an Australian accent, what Grady imagines an Australian accent is.
Well, I mean, it works for the characters because Fred's supposed to be someone who's so self-divulged that he doesn't even
Have a true
realize.
culture.
Because he lies to himself about the girlfriend. He lies to himself about his scenario.
True. The spoilers.
I have a question, and this is kind of a theory, but is Grady's character Fred manic pixie dream girl?
Well, now funny that you asked that. No.
No.
What
how
makes you
not?
think
If he's
that?
What?
Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Who's that?
Well, he's kind of like this whimsical character from another land that kind of leads the main character to go on this wild adventure, and that
true.
seems kind of like that kind of character.
That
Interesting.
is pretty much.
I said no because he isn't sparkly.
Oh.
That's not a reason.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Oh, that's not a real character trait.
Wait, so is that something that they use like in movies? Like it's like a filming technique, or what? What do you mean? What is it?
Manic Pixie Dream Girl?
Oh,
Yeah.
may I ask? Or may I interject? Here we have the very first shot of the movie. Filming production-wise.
Yeah.
Second take, the story is all laid out right here.
Yeah, this is
This
a tough one to watch.
The first take of this scene was rudely interrupted by Brock.
Yeah, my brother.
Gosh, didn't he know you guys were filming cinematic history?
Yeah.
Ooh,
We had no
next-
idea.
I don't think anyone.
We
could
didn't
have
even know
predicted.
that we were filming cinematic history.
I love this theme song,
That's
how
true.
Brady got it. Like, no one had used this, correct?
Except for
Like,
It's
it was
Always
a-
Sunny.
That's
Later,
ironically.
they copied it from you.
But hey,
You
this
were
was
using it
2012.
first, right?
Many moments later. Yes, I was using this first. This was from my extensive classical knowledge, thanks to middle school.
You wanna?
Was it a class? Middle school? What?
Oh.
Due to
You said due
I
to
said
middle
my
school.
classical musical knowledge. Like when I was in middle school, I used to listen to like a lot of classical.
Oh.
99.5, whatever the station was.
Oh, interesting.
Wait, jump scare. 3, 2.
Ah! It's me!
You scared yourself.
I think this character of the hobo is really original. I really like the outfit
Hey,
that
well,
Brady has on.
It's inspiring.
I love how
I never.
my,
What is he doing?
So
Oh,
my neck is going through like the armhole right now, and my arm is going through the neck hole. I don't know. I remember I
How does
tried
that
to imitate it in 2013, and I have no idea how I did it.
You see, the burrito Brady can do anything.
It's it was a magical time. Overweight, big teeth, Bugs Bunny looking. I love him. I
Good
hate
old
him.
Brady.
It's classic.
Well, you
It's
see,
iconic, you could say.
Yeah.
we can almost give him thanks for birthing this movie.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
If it wasn't for us, I mean, we wouldn't have the initiative. Like,
If it wasn't for young Bray, we wouldn't be here right now, sitting
true.
and talking.
like,
you know,
remember all the other films we used to make, like back in 2012, the
No.
other shorts. Not you, Grady.
I
You
wasn't
weren't there.
I wasn't their friend
Ouch.
yet.
Like we have the the horror film about David turning into a beanbag, and like the one about like the ninja bandits who took like the wallets, and that was the first time we used the teleportation jump cut.
Wow, I don't even remember that one. I remember the beanbag one, but I don't even remember that one.
That might have actually been fifth
You know
grade,
what's
but-
funny is in this scene, like you ride that bike, and I have like the same exact bike at my house. So the next like blue and silver bike you see is a different blue and silver bike. Also me.
I love how this shot stayed in every single cut from the very first day to release.
That's how you
and
know
it was
it's
never explained.
That's true.
Well,
doesn't need an
It is
explanation.
kind of.
well, it is kind of, but
Spoiler. I mean,
Billy. It doesn't explain why Billy doesn't even notice or care.
whoa, are
Maybe-
you
I'm on the
actually
bike
dissecting
again.
this film? How dare you?
Yeah, this, I don't know, Brady. This just isn't making sense to me.
Anyway.
Oh wait, how do you get the bike back? Wait, where's the bike?
So many plot holes in the first 5 minutes.
Okay,
Well,
but
you're gonna see just like as this movie progresses how much care goes into the scenes that we filmed, and it kind of directly correlates with the age of ourselves at the time.
Yeah, that's an astute observation, dude.
I think it's actually kind of great how like each scene becomes progressively a little bit more logical as we get older. I mean, not completely.
Well,
Like,
like
with
how
the
we all tied
context.
it in, and like especially the end, how we explained literally everything through David and I's character.
Yeah.
And the
I
dialogue.
also like how like the last adventure scene that the audience just saw was like we take that structure and like keep on bringing it back throughout the film. Like when 2014 Tucker comes back, we use the same structure. 2017 at the end of the film, we use it again.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Agree.
Brady, you should
quite
talk
proud of
over
that.
you should talk about the Babe Ruth significance real quick.
Oh, hold up, that's a spoiler for the end. I think we should do it for.
I mean, they did the intro of the Babe Ruth,
Well-
but like you need to explain like the spaceship going up.
I guess.
and-
Well-
It's El Funny Joko, you know,
Yeah.
because he's getting a basketball signed by Babe Ruth.
Before we talk
That's
about
the joke.
That's the joke.
Ladies and gentlemen, they have found the joke.
but
Also, I love how like my character loses the accent in his second scene. Like there's so much, there's like 10 minutes of footage of me trying to capture the accent again, but puberty has struck us all.
Just didn't work.
It just didn't work. So now back to Babe Ruth.
So it's its grandpa, Billy's
His
grandpa.
yeah, Billy's grandpa signed
Wait.
got a basketball signed by Babe Ruth.
Wait, can we pause here? This, in the original cut, this whole long clip of Tucker riding wasn't fast forwarded or anything. It was just a long clip of him riding.
How long was it?
It was like 3 minutes,
long,
and
too long.
what I hated about that scene was it was so shaky. Like you stole my shoe, and so I had to run like with one foot.
Look,
Oh,
man.
this is classic.
I did steal your shoe back in, what is this, 2013?
This is 2013, correct?
But I don't steal your shoes now, so, you
Ooh,
know, can
got
you really
it.
complain?
But here's the problem.
Someone stole Davis' shoes.
Well, he's a man. He's a man living in the woods. I mean,
Oh, true continuity.
oh,
Continuity.
look at that.
That was some good graphics there.
Yeah, great camera work, great CGI all around.
Oh, look how dynamic it is. Like it follows the character's movements. Wait, everyone, quiet. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Swag.
It was just beautiful.
that was scripted.
That was script. Even the cameraman laughing.
Mhm.
That's one of my house
That sound effect.
Speaking of sound effects, this is a good time to mention. I refused to put sound effects in the first cuts of the film. Mostly because I was lazy, but I remember every time we went to like go over the footage, you're like, Brady, you gotta add a sound effect here. Brady, you gotta add a sound effect here. And whenever I did add a sound effect, you guys are like, that's horrible. Why would you have that sound?
That's because you had the boom.
That's still in the movie, bro.
I like, that is like the worst sound effect ever. But it's so funny, though. Because it is the worst sound effect
Okay,
ever.
for me, this is actually the most illogical part of the film. Story.
Illogical, you said?
Yeah, illogical. This is the part where I'm like, you see,
Because he's the master, you're saying, in long term?
no, I mean, why does he have to go to the mall? Why is he in the closet?
yeah, the
The
whole thing
audience
thing.
doesn't know all of this yet.
I'm gonna have to bleep you out for
You
that.
know.
Oh, yeah. It's okay, so I just got bleeped out for spoiling something, so just forgive me.
Ooh, that'd be mighty awkward if I didn't bleep you out.
I may have been bleeped out.
Oh, here we go.
The infamous scene.
This scene was 5 minutes.
Yeah, this
Worth it.
is...
And
It's this scene is integral.
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 For Billy's integral. This film, I mean, this scene is integral to Billy's character, as you see his adventurous spirit at Mall America, tying into Minnesota, tying into the Master, probably because of the where he's from, right, guys?
right.
So yeah, I think this is definitely a necessary scene.
The reason I said it was illogical was the only reason for the scene before was because we wanted to keep that scene in because we had fun filming it.
See, I love doing this part.
That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I love the sudden audio shift right there.
Billy was traveling around.
Integral or integral.
Oh my god.
There you go, audience.
I told you,
Integral.
That's so messed up.
Integral.
Integral?
I don't need none of your inbred English in here.
Okay, Brady, we didn't even finish talking about Babe Ruth.
I know, I was thinking about that. Alright, so audience, you must be dying to know the story of Babe Ruth. So Billy's grandfather, Billuthus, yes, that is right, Billuthus.
Wait, could you say that one more time?
Yeah, what was that?
Billuthus.
I'll
It's
try to
like
look
Billeuttheus. Billuthus.
Okay.
Who knew?
That's a real
Like
name.
Thaddeus, or whatever.
Fetus?
Oh my gosh, this is not good for me. Alright, basically, his great-grandfather or grandfather, he went up to Babe Ruth before he died. He got, hey, I need a basketball signed. I need some evidence of your existence. And he got his basketball signed. Basically, he stored it away. He wanted to give it to his father, but his father's like, no, Gramps, you suck. And so he just put it in storage.
Dang.
And then one day, in the summer of 2012, Billy's going through a red attic garage area in his backyard, and he finds this basketball. And he's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to break a world record. And
What is the world record?
Well, that's a topic for another day. Let me just finish the story of Babe Ruth.
Okay.
You know what we should do? We should get a child actor that looks like Tucker, to reenact the scene of him finding the basketball at the beginning.
I really wish we did that, actually.
That would actually be really funny.
I feel like that'd be like something satisfying to watch, actually. It'd connect the two plot lines better than they actually were connected, because they're not really connected well.
Which plot lines?
The Babe Ruth and the missing basketball. Because the only thing connecting them is the basketball. Oh, and the world record, of course. But like beyond that, later in the film, we turned it into a metaphor, so that way it'd come full circle, instead of like a story-wise thing, like it's set up as.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
back to. Did we finish?
Now, what's the world record? Well, here we go, audience. You're gonna want to sit down for this.
Because you've been standing up this whole time.
We have time because Tucker's just walking in the woods for like 3 minutes, so we have time to talk about
That's
it.
the beauty of this. The world record is how high can you throw a basketball into a hoop?
How high?
Yes.
So,
I was going to say on a trampoline, but then I remembered Tucker lost it. He got rid of the trampoline before he finished the movie, so I couldn't call it a trampoline record.
maybe it was the world record of. My theory is it's the world record of.
Can we talk about... Oh, sorry.
Excuse me.
Well, I'm
Can
just
you
saying this...
interject?
I just want to say
yeah,
something
Go ahead.
about this scene.
Yeah.
It's making fun of the In Me Mom's Car vine.
Oh, we completely missed
And-
that.
And Brady... I don't know. How many takes was it? At least 50 probably takes for him to get
It was
the
actually
tone of voice down. For some reason, he just couldn't grasp how to say it.
And we'd been watching it all night the night before.
it
and
was
he
actually
still
only
couldn't
6
get it.
takes, mind
Sure.
you. Gosh.
Sure.
Okay.
No, it was way more
It was
than
so
6.
many.
It was so more
many.
than
There's
6.
no way it was only
It was
6.
6 was maybe the only that were recorded.
That were- yeah.
Actually, that might be true.
We had to delete a lot of them because your iPod filled up with too much space from us recording.
Oh,
the
yo.
video.
And
Back in
is
the
that
day when we
mosquito
filmed on
Brady's face?
iPods, went to Valley Fair, and drank Doc 360. Those were the times.
And this is the real knife, real kitchen knife, and
Caused a lot of
yeah,
controversy.
Oh, we should-
it was-
on the set.
Yeah, lots of controversy.
Why, thankfully,
Oh,
we
damn.
actually finished filming before the knife
For
got
the controversy,
confiscated.
yeah.
Oh, you see, there was
Oh.
the producers, let's call them.
Ballin'.
And he walked out the front door, and he's like, "Is that a real knife?" And I think it was this shot right here.
Yeah.
Like, we dropped the knife and we're doing the perspective thing right there. Yeah, right there. Is that a real knife? Brady! And the producers, they were not happy.
Yeah, Brady was almost fired off the project.
Yeah, producers were not happy.
He was
about
almost
it.
fired from his own project. I would have had to take the reins.
That's too real these days.
Oh no!
Whoopsies.
What did you
I
do?
cut my water bottle. No!
You're reenacting what I'm doing right now.
No, that was
Can we just
part
talk about
of
the emotional
point.
significance of Tucker putting sunglasses on a dead body and walking away like he saw
That
nothing?
is so true.
Weekend at Bernie's right there. That's all I gotta say about that one.
Can I get a boom? Am I right? Boom.
Boom.
Boom boom pow. These chickens jacking my style.
Oh my gosh, I hate this part.
This is one of the most beautiful scenes in the film. It is the
This is true.
foundation of a friendship that lasts. About 6
This was
years.
originally supposed to be a cameo. I was not supposed to be in this project for any more than this scene, but then
This is the antithesis of just good media. This scene.
I love how the point of the scene was supposed to be like Billy's supposed to be like, "Hey,
Look at me in the
I'm
background there. Look at me in the
Hey!
background. With
He-
the O hat.
Tucker wanted to be a clone. He wanted to steal David's thunder, but
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we haven't explained yet, but
Time travel."
I'm in so many scenes in this movie. I'm in like almost every shot, I'd say. Except like
True.
towards the end.
Even at the end, you're in the final shot.
I deliberately hide in the background in like a lot of the early shots, and then we just decided, oh, let's just make it a thing. And then we decided to make it part of the storyline to kind of explain it. Otherwise, I'm just in every shot.
I'm not gonna lie, that's probably one of the best decisions of the film.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Chips on a Sunday afternoon with some tea.
yeah,
In
fish and
England.
chips for the Australian person.
And I was just wondering,
And he's well, I guess he is in England right now.
I guess I was faking a British accent.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
don't you see? Like, it's about friendships. When they rift and go to different places, they get jealous of each other. And when they come back in contact, they're trying to put on, like, new faces and stuff. Billy is trying to act like like a new person to impress Fred. Fred doesn't even recognize him. He calls the cops. It's emotional. It's real.
That was not intentional.
That's genius. That is genius.
I also love how intentional it was when I grabbed the phone in the beginning of the scene and I say hello and then it doesn't answer and I didn't really know how to answer the phone.
That's true. I never told you how to pick up the phone.
Yeah, like you would think if you just grab it off the holder, it would just automatically pick up.
Well, to make you feel better, I never used that phone, so...
Anyway, I want to bring this point back that Grady's character is a manic pixie dream girl. I'll explain it to you what it is, Tucker.
Okay.
Ever seen any movie
Wait,
with
can I
Zoe
say-
Deschanel in it?
500 Days of Summer.
I've seen New Girl and 500 Days of Summer. That's
She's
about,
a manic
and
pixie
Elf.
girl in 500 Days of Summer.
Wait,
Say
is she
that?
an elf?
Yes, and an elf.
Yeah, she was an elf.
That's every character that Zoe Deschanel plays is a manic pixie dream girl. Someone with no direction in their life that the only purpose serves to lead the main character on this whimsical journey of love and mystery.
Love.
And so you're arguing that Grady is that character?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, technically you're not wrong.
I have more purpose. I have more purpose than Billy.
Well, that wasn't the intention. You're technically not wrong. Like, he was supposed to be like the fun sidekick character as the story went along, and I realized we were like trying to reinvent the film. That's the role I kind of assigned you accidentally.
Are you saying the manic pixie girl?
Yeah, I mean, when you lays it out like that. No offense.
But I feel like I had more purpose than just leading Billy on. Because Billy was dead. It became about my character at the end and my emotional meeting up with Billy.
Is Billy dead? Oh, well, spoilers! Whoa, I have to bleep myself now!
Well, all the people that are watching this will have already seen it, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. You wouldn't watch the movie for the first time with the commentary on, unless you're sick.
That running was just very random. The Tucker flailing his arms and the...
Yeah.
What's funny is like these scenes cut like back and forth from different like
Landscapes.
no,
Like
not
the Grand
landscapes,
Canyon.
but like houses.
Oh yeah, it's like
one shot will be at your house and the
Yeah.
next shot will be at my house, and then we
Right.
come back to Bray's house.
Yeah. Okay, let's all agree here. This is one of the most majestic scenes in the film.
Oh,
gosh.
true.
Also, the best behind the scenes. Like,
yeah.
there's a shot, or there's this part when like Tucker's dad is just driving along the road and he stops next to us and he's like,
Oh yeah.
"So
I
you guys,
remember
you
that.
guys are filming?"
That was.
And he was just kind of confused. He was like, he's looking at David.
I think we were all
And
confused.
David looks back.
Wait, this was outside Tucker's house?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the road. This is the.
You didn't know that?
I always thought this was like the gravel road behind your house.
No, this is Tucker's house.
No, this is literally on a
You can see his house on the
a
coming
real
shot.
road.
Oh, here we go.
That.
How did he do that?
That was a skateboard. Remember?
Whoa, Brady, don't. It was. Brady, you can't tell them. The magician never tells secrets.
How do you get Obama in this movie?
Well, I
How much
see
do they have to pay him?
$5 and a piece of gum.
And a Coke cherry.
A Coca-Cola gloss.
Well, spoiler.
I really want to go back into the footage and count how many takes this scene took.
Definitely the
Oh,
most
let's do it
takes
right
in the
now.
whole movie.
Because in the bloopers, it's at least 5 minutes of like just jump cuts.
Yeah, it was a difficult one to film, but definitely worth it in the end.
Why was it difficult to film, Tucker?
Well, me or David couldn't get through like 5 seconds of like dialogue without bursting out laughing.
There's a reason there's no eye contact in this scene.
So
You can't even see his eyes. That's probably what makes you laugh, though.
it's just
But
like
no, look
when Obama is groping you, it's just really hard to take that.
I didn't grope you.
You definitely groped him. What are you talking about?
Let's find out.
I groped myself in a later scene.
Oh.
Oh yeah, is
You
that
know
one
the
in
deleted
this?
scene?
Is it not in
It's
this
not in
one?
the extended
This is
cut?
the extended version.
So
Is
this
it?
is
It
the
is in
extended.
Yeah, it's in this one, but it's like it was deleted from the original
Okay,
version.
yeah.
Yeah.
The theatrical.
Something I wanna make clear about this. We're not taking any political stance with this film.
Yeah.
All the political figure characters are just supposed to be like funny memes.
I think it's worse that we forgot to include Trump.
Well, it's not that we forgot. We literally just had 2 Democrat masks, and that's what.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that we were meaning by it. We just like these guys have memes about them on the internet. Let's add them into the movie.
Except the one line from Tucker at the very end, George Obama. That was very political.
But we can't lie. It's kind of funny.
That is Billy.
Wait. Which one? Which one?
That is Billy's personal stance.
No.
Obama.
Hold on.
Oh.
We got a David. Did anyone
still
catch
never
him?
see it. No.
Did anyone catch him? He was
I don't understand how you don't see it.
He blends right into that.
Is it right behind the door?
No, it's on the right side of the screen. He's sitting in the corner
In the chair? Okay,
Like you can
I
see
thought
his
that was
arm
like a blanket.
slowly drag.
I thought that was like a blanket.
Oh, also another moment of silence for the most glorious sound effect in all of cinema.
Damn, I look rough.
Boom.
Boom.
I look very rough.
Okay, now for the 20-minute dream sequence.
Yes.
Can we talk about why this sequence is 20 minutes?
Because Brady was too lazy to get back on track with the real plot.
Ooh.
Taboo topic.
Shots fired.
On the contrary.
I remember you being like, oh, I would just want to do one more dream sequence. They're so fun.
Well, that's true. But on the contrary, by the time I had my fill, aka the horror scenes,
Okay, sorry, Brady, continue.
aka the horror scenes, Tucker and David were like, no, Bray, the story's stupid.
Sure, blame it on the
We almost gave up. This scene took so stupidly long.
Brady couldn't keep his hand horizontal.
I hate how that's the fact. That's the reason.
Well, that's just the way it was.
Oh, ooh.
The money kept sliding off.
Was that a 20?
Ooh,
We were stacked back
Yeah,
then.
so like these are all practical effects. Like we didn't have like anything to do this with back in the day. So like we had to just go stop the camera and put the money in Bray's hand.
Oh my gosh!
Respect the main.
Respect the main.
Also
Oh my
this.
God.
Also this. But I had to put the money in Bray's hand every time, and he wouldn't hold it flat. So like it kept slipping out, and it took us like 10 different tries to get it right.
Because if he changes his hand, then it's not gonna look like it just like appeared there. Because like he would have his hand like this or something, and then I guess you can't see this. Okay, never mind. I take it all back. You guys can't see what I'm
Just
doing
imagine
with my hands.
just imagine Tucker flailing his arms in the air.
Yeah.
I love how this scene has literally no relevance to plot, characters, story, structure, or theme. It's 3 minutes, and yet it's one of the best scenes in the film.
Wait for it.
It is a classic.
Wait for it.
And it's plagiarized.
That's true! Thank you, Tucker, for not telling me it was from The Office.
Well, Brady, where do you think I heard the song? Just some random song?
Actually, yes.
It was just such a classic scene. It was probably one of the best opening scenes of The
Yeah,
Office.
this was before I
Did they
saw
lip
The
sync
Office.
in The Office?
They did, and I remember
my.
when I finally watched The Office and got to it. I think it was season 5, season 6, the intro, 7. I don't know.
It's 5.
Was it 5?
Or it's 5 or 6.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They start lip syncing to the song, and my jaw dropped. I was like, no, it can't be. I thought Tucker had an original idea. No.
I
I thought you knew this was plagiarized when you made it.
I didn't.
Yeah.
The idea was to lip sync to like a super upbeat older song. Just as like, okay, we're trying to trick the audience to thinking that it's out of dreaming. What's the best way? Waking up montage with lip syncing to like the alarm.
You should have just added TikTok by Kesha.
Yeah, that would have been a
Instead.
good one.
No, actually probably.
Wake up in the morning.
Feeling like P. Diddy.
And why do I grab the ketchup?
Yeah, explain
To
this, Brady.
foreshadow that it's actually a dream and not reality. Because in reality, no one drinks ketchup.
That's true.
Oh,
wow.
true,
Genius.
wow.
I didn't even know.
You have to have like an IQ of at least 9,000 to understand that.
It's like Rick and Morty.
Okay, this on the other hand, this didn't play out like I wished.
Yeah,
How did you-
I never understood
What I wanted
that
it to
part.
be was I wanted it to be like Billy almost forgets about like the quest for the basketball through like the 20 minutes of dreams. So that way when he wakes up, he almost feels directionless and like other people are pushing him towards the basketball while he wants to go other places. The problem is we never went that direction with the film.
Sure.
Mm.
It changed.
Classic.
Your
I'm
twins on twins gear.
I know. I was gonna say all I had was twin stuff.
I'm starting to realize more things I've never seen before, like that Taylor Swift.
The Taylor Swift calendar
in his own room.
Yeah.
exposed
something
himself.
You know, I'm not ashamed. Big T Swift guy.
I love how there was one shot in this entire scene Tucker kept on nagging to include. He's like, cut it out, and Tucker's
Brady,
like, you better put it back
Brady,
in.
you need to keep it in.
I mean, that egg.
I will not like
that egg.
Well, let's
The
just
egg's
wait.
such
The egg
classic.
is, yeah, it's just so funny.
That's the shot. I didn't want to include it.
It makes me laugh every time.
That was Tucker's one thing. Here's the first big deleted scene, even though it's 15 seconds.
Oh,
This is.
Love this
I don't even
one.
remember this.
Yeah, it's a
you
deleted
will.
one.
Oh, wait.
You will remember.
Yeah.
The zoom is so
I'm actually
good.
disappointed we deleted this because I put a lot of effort editing into this back in the day. Like, this is when I started learning about, like, how to fade the video quality and so you can, like, see through it and stuff. I was
What
so
even is
impressed.
this?
Just wait.
Well, I remember what happens. Yeah.
Oh, this is the first horror scene of the film. This is like a
Who do we-
foreshadow to the ending intensity.
That's
The
true.
darker colors. And I hate that I'm actually not wrong, but I'm very wrong.
Why did I just lick?
Him licking the bed was improv.
That actually
That was a
improv,
Tucker
yeah.
original.
Okay,
it
wait.
was?
Can you see Grady in a blanket in this scene? Because I remember you were in a blanket to hide yourself.
You could see someone doing the light. I don't remember.
It was David, but like
The
we
Coca-Cola
didn't,
gloss.
You can literally see David in
like we didn't even try to hide him.
The Coca-Cola gloss.
Didn't we film this at like 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, it was super late.
Like, and we were trying to be as quiet as possible to hide from like.
Whoa, whoa!
Whoa!
Shield your eyes!
Whoa.
Shield your eyes.
Is that man nip? I can't believe this.
I can't believe that.
Tucker
that
was so scared to have this play in the theater because he was afraid to have his shirtless body on a huge big screen.
Wait, so what was the quote we used at the Applebee's before like the premiere? Tucker he's like, wait a minute.
Something about my nips.
My nips
50
are
feet tall. 50 feet tall. Nips.
Oh.
Who showers like that?
I think it's a good thing.
That's
we
how it's
included
a
that
truly
shot,
a dream.
But you're right. It's foreshadow again.
Oh,
Okay.
I love this shot.
When you see David.
And then you stop with it.
And this was not intentional either. This
Yeah,
last
this was by
part here.
accident.
I remember I jumped up because I'm like, oh, the shot's over, and then it just looked so creepy. We kept it. Okay, I actually like these shots, even though
Yeah,
they
I
don't.
like the blur on them. It looks
Yeah, I
good.
do. All right, but yeah, I'm disappointed here because the setup here was that there was going to be masks beyond politics. Like there was going to be the
Why
alien
didn't we ever
mask.
bring that mask back?
I think David lost it to somebody.
Yeah, Peter Burke still has it. Peter Burke, if you ever see this,
Got any grapes?
I
mate?
want it back.
Because I wanted him to be like the second in command, clone or whatever. Like be like the stern general guy who's kind of like crazy like the Joker. Oh, here's a nice shot inspired by Psycho
I love
with
this.
its own little twist.
I love this scene. Like, got any grapes made is one of my favorite lines, and him falling down the stairs with the. Is this Close Encounters music?
No, it's actually Signs.
Oh, Signs. That's what I meant.
Close Encounters is a lot more.
I like how the shadows move in this
Yeah.
shot.
Wasn't that Rajan? Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
Rajan. Yeah. Okay, this shot looks really good. I like the green, like Matrix almost color.
I love this shot with the little rope hand thing.
Guiding him
Like it.
along.
What even made you guys think of this?
I don't even know, actually.
Well, how late was this in the day?
Well, okay, this actually wasn't nearly as late as the other scene. This scene we got back from the visit, the Shyamalan horror film, and basically we're like, yeah, let's add another horror segment. And basically, so we
And
included
there's
a bunny.
Yoda and Luke.
This is
Yeah.
like the point in the movie to where we become self-aware of how bad everything is, and like the comedy becomes more self-aware. Because like the thing with the rabbit, the hand, the rope or whatever moving the rabbit hand to where you can clearly see it is kind of like showing that.
Raise your hand on the back.
Because that was definitely completely intentional that we did it that way.
Isn't there
That's
a lot
true,
of
that's
bloopers
true.
from the scene?
There's a lot of bloopers. I included them. Part of me wishes I didn't now, but I mean,
that's Ray Jean, or one of our friends from high school, and the other guy's Jared, another one of our friends from high school. You'll be seeing more of him later.
For me, this scene took way too long to film for the content of the scene. Like, it's literally just, son, you're not my dad. Which is supposed to be what the Vine in the meme was. But they couldn't even get that right.
And then I was like, I love you, Mike. You're as cute
I like that transition a lot, actually. Like, it goes from, like, a lot of, like, browns to, like, a vibrant blue, red, yellow, prime colors.
And how is Tucker? I like the Tucker talking to Tucker scene too.
This is a fun scene, I feel like. Not, like, even though it was, like, loud and it wasn't really conventional to film, it was...
I'll say.
None of this movie was conventional to film.
That's true.
Or is this just a fantasy?
Just a little too public for
It's
me.
1 grain of rice. Just, you're holding 1 grain.
I love this, how it foreshadows.
Also, I love how when you said fantasy, I realized, hey, maybe I should play Bohemian Rhapsody.
I thought
over
that
it.
was the
No,
whole
I
point.
think that was
the
intent. I
point.
think you
Was it?
told me to say it, yeah.
Is this the real life or is this just fantasy? He says it.
Yeah, you told me to say
Actually,
that
okay,
so that
you
could
might be
incorporate.
right. You might be right.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not.
I'm almost positive. I would bet money on it.
You know what? I bet money on it too.
Why did we bring my character back?
I think the reason was because I wanted to bring the story back to the basics and like actually start to pay off and like continue setup. You called the cops, and I thought the most natural way to progress the story was for you guys to get arrested and go on like the adventure from there to elevate the danger, elevate the.
Yeah,
dynamics?
who does he calls the cops on himself?
I
He
call
calls
it
the
on
cops.
Billy.
No, Billy was like, "Help me, Fred! I killed someone, and I don't know what to do." And he's like, "Billy, I don't know." Billy calls the cops on him. And then,
So the cops that arrest them later in the
Are
movie.
Are because
Yes.
of Fred.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never even like thought of that. Like I thought like it was just like, oh, like, we're on the run.
This scene, we just stopped to eat rice in the middle of our chase.
That rice
and like
looks really
3
good right
people walked in
Yeah, it
front of
does. I could go for some Panda Express. That was
Oh,
some
yeah.
good Panda
us.
Express.
Okay,
yeah.
let's not lie. The music fits in the scene way too well.
I wonder what people were thinking of us. I swear, I just saw
Grady
one
did
guy
not
look at me.
care.
Brady, remember this is when you picked up those two
Yeah.
girls.
Yo, I remember
Brady
that,
was
actually.
flirting it up
That's
that
right.
night.
Yo, back in the day when I didn't have a care in the world.
Boy.
Yep, and that.
Ouch. Oof.
That was the first
That
time I ever
hurts.
said
You know
it.
what? I'm actually really happy we went away from the meme focus of like the 2014 through 15
Yes, we were very meme centric
in those 2 years.
Oh, I love these
It
lines.
was because of the meme economy was booming.
That's true. Like this is the
meme
prime of Vine.
Me was booming. That's true though. That is true.
Well, now the meme economy is in the dumpster.
Hey, Ninja Turtles.
You get like one new meme every like 3 months, and it's like only there for like
It's an
2 weeks.
oversaturation, man.
Just like a teacher jumping off a,
A chair. Too soon. Too soon.
I love my backstory.
Wait, is this your first scene since your original one?
No, he was in the horror
Nightmare.
scene.
I was in the nightmare.
Oh, that's right.
Got any gripes?
Grady, you're actually a manic pixie pimp.
Yeah.
What's the difference, David?
Well, manic pixie dream girl is a dream girl, but Fred is a pimp.
He's a playa.
What is on my arm?
That's cross country. That was your because this was in
Oh,
the
your
middle of
PR.
cross country. Yeah, that's what it was. The PR.
Or what your goal
Dang, I
was.
don't even remember that.
You know what? I think wasn't that the first year we did cross country?
Well, together, yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah, but I mean,
First year me and Brady did.
didn't I think I remember us like trying to get footage from like Elm Creek while we were all there,
Yeah.
and I can never get a scene.
I remember us
like-
talking about this. I love this shot.
The colors are so cool. Like how like the foreground's like a really yellow and the background's like purpley.
And I like the combination of the music. It makes me actually feel like they are friends in real life.
I like that sudden like the jars.
Yeah, I feel like these scenes is what really like ties the entire movie together. Otherwise, it would just seem like a stream of consciousness
Yeah.
thing.
I think you're right. I don't think it would have flowed as well. I don't think people would have connected with it as much.
Yeah, it like kind of shows you like reminds you that there's actually like a plot.
It also is the perfect opportunity to make fun of ourselves.
Oh dang!
Yeah, that's
Oh, whoa, whoa!
with the musket. Has like 20 shots with a musket.
I love how David's character here was like one of the few characters we actually designed for like costume wise. We designed Grady's winter attire for 2016, Gangster David, and I think the Master outfit. Those are the only 3 characters I think we designed.
Guys, this is when I actually got some strength.
Whoa.
Wait.
Oh
this
wow! Look at those muscles, those forearms.
Wait for it. This is the best part.
Swole.
This shows you how smart Fred is.
Did you actually fall? That looks kind of painful.
No,
It
he was on
from
his.
my
It was
knees.
on his knee.
So I was on my knees.
That
and then
still
I
would
fell.
hurt, kind of.
True.
I feel like.
Yeah.
This is at your house, right?
Yeah.
This is his old house.
My
This
old
is-
house.
What I love about the film is that
Rest
we see
in
the
peace.
renovations of our lives almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, look at
there's
me. Who's
Brady
that? Who's
and
that?
David. You can see David. Oh,
I never
God.
even noticed the top of Brady's head.
That's all I ever noticed, and that's why I wanted to cut that scene so bad, or that shot.
You want to explain a little bit what's going on in this?
Well, this was me at least tying up the loose end of the Nobody But Me. The point of that scene, like I said earlier, was he was forgetting the basketball. And so, because he had 2 years of pure dreams, I wanted to make it where he's trying to decipher what's reality and what's fake, like the song says. And so, unfortunately, and that's what goes into the therapy. He's taking the chill pills to calm, to like clear his head. I don't think we had the finesse to pull this off at that time, story-wise, structure-wise.
Yeah, we were too focused on Fred's fire mixtape to do such a thing.
That's true, though. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm like, we didn't have the skill. I'm happy we tried it, so now I know what works and doesn't work. Like, I mean, I don't feel like I could pull it off again or at all.
You mean in
Right
future
now?
films that you do, or
Oh yeah, I mean, like,
in Missing Basketball too?
what I do like about the movie is that like every scene is a new chance to experiment with something else, like a new idea. Like this, we try to do like in-depth conversations, Tarantino style. Like, remember the scene, the fights, the chase scene in the farm where we had the body? That was a hand at trying like practical effects. Like the Nobody But Me was like a chance at like lip syncing, music syncing, a couple of visual effects, and like the throwback footage.
You guys are taking this left turn for a really long time.
Or we're just going in circles, like our conversation. What was the point of me playing
Like
all
our
those songs?
conversation. This is
a
also
metaphor.
great effects right here, so that you know the police is behind.
Yeah.
I'm actually happy no one got a seizure in theaters.
And there was a good line cut from this about
Ferguson?
Billy punching the radio.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the blooper.
Oh no.
Oops, took too far.
Yeah, too far. That's
Taboo.
too political.
Bleep it out. Bleep it out.
Good night, mate. Oh dang it. I misquoted
Good night, my
myself.
mate.
That actually looked painful. Did you fall on your hand there?
Yeah, that wasn't
Ooh.
acting.
Come on, Dick.
This film set wasn't OSHA certified.
I do like that shot though, with like the notebook, the
Yeah.
reflection. I like the cut there from "Don't Stop."
This is a long time later. We
Yeah,
filmed
this was like way later. Like, what is it? 2 years later?
I'm pretty sure.
This was this is still 2016. This is the same year,
Are you
No.
sure?
but it was
Right.
polar opposite. Like the first scene was in February. This was in
Like
this was December.
Freddie J. Frederick.
Wait, did we miss Shut the Fart Up?
No.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Oh,
Dang.
dang.
You guys are so enveloped in your own magical world.
David, you're gonna have to reenact for us.
What is this?
You have the right to shut the fart up.
Ooh.
Ooh, I got chills.
So
That was one of the most iconic lines of the movie.
Okay, here's the thing. This scene, I feel like we really, really missed the mark on this scene, except for the shut the fart up. This scene was supposed to like tie together 3 parts of plot, basically. We needed a chief character who was a good actor, and unfortunately,
Unfortunately, door opens.
I mean-
walks through.
He was wearing basketball jeans or shorts.
Yeah, it was right after basketball practice. We're like, Holden, we need you to come to the other end of the building.
Like we couldn't delay it any further, but this scene needed a lot more prep time than we actually ended up giving to it.
I remember being really scared of breaking the table for some reason. I think we're like, we can't
They're
damage the
handcuffed.
table.
I feel like we had a risk of scratching it, but I'm not sure about breaking it.
Oh, Holden.
This is Oscar-worthy acting. Yeah.
You're right, man. Like the heart glasses, the part of his collar being inside of his shirt. I mean, it just ties together. I mean, look at the sheriff badge. How could you not say he's the chief of police?
Oh,
Looking at the camera.
yeah. Oh, I love this part.
Caller who called the police was really Nate.
Yeah, he says it.
I'm confessing.
This is...
And I'm a horrible friend. It's all is a dream.
This doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, Brady. Why did you have me do this?
Well, like I said, like we filmed the therapist scenes already because we filmed the therapy scenes
Oh, yeah, we knew.
the year before. And it was supposed to still, because the plot was supposed to be like, Billy's had trouble like deciphering if he's still in a dream or not. Kind of, like Inception style.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we never focused the scene on that aspect, so it doesn't make sense. And by the time we came back to filming the scene, we realized the movie was going a very different direction.
Mm.
Or at least I realized, so I just left it for the last second, so that way when it goes into this shot, it's about.
That was a really good transition.
I feel like I put the most work into the transitions, and I'm a little ashamed of that.
I love the Tucker trying not to laugh.
This took a lot of shots, too. I mean, thanks, Tucker. Thanks for being such a grade 8 actor.
In this scene, we cut out a whole part about Tucker's mom dying, Tucker's parents dying. He had to watch a scene from Amazing Spider-Man 2 to get in the zone of death.
I remember that. We closed production, and Tucker's just in the corner of the room, just like cuddled up, watching over the phone. I think this is the first time you were watching the scene since theaters? Question mark.
Hold
It
on.
could've-
Before you continue with that, I want to ask you about your use of color in this scene and what that means. When it like turns like bright pink, what does that mean? Why'd you do that?
Well, you see, it was supposed to look more purple, but in this cut of the film, I altered the colors to make it look a little bit more red, which enhanced the purple into a pinker for some reason. So it was supposed to be
As
purple.
colors do.
Yes. And that comes back to the whole dream aspect. Remember the scene that Grady pointed out at the end of the Valley Fair segment when they're walking and there's multiple colors and stuff? The background was purple, and I wanted that to be like a dreamlike like a dreamlike trance. And when it turns purple, like when he's freaking out and stuff, he's supposed to be like dreams. Like he's supposed to be like, wait, like the shrouded cloudiness of his head. Purple is dreams in the film. Red is young-willed, spirited, like joyfulness. Blue is supposed to be more like. Actually, blue doesn't have a color. I'm not gonna act like blue means anything. But like purple and red definitely mean dreams and youth.
Take a chip though.
So those are actually genuine answers right there.
And these are genuine.
So
thoughts.
is this something that's really happening, or is this another dream?
This is really happening.
This is really happening, man.
Okay.
Because, oh man, I wish I could rewrite this
Unless
whole
the
thing.
whole movie is a dream.
Well, isn't it supposed to be like a psychedelic trance of one's youth growing up?
True.
It doesn't have to make sense.
True that.
Also, the reason why he's giving him chill pills and the reason why he acts like they know each other is because who was the one who put Billy into the dream trance for 2 years? It was a clone. So I was thinking the one, when he finally exits that trance, like at least that plot line, it was a clone. So it starts off with him putting him in the trance. And then I think it was supposed to be implied, I don't think we did it well, but it was supposed to be implied that through the chill pills, he's resetting his dream, like trying to get him to like reset. He was the one regulating his dreams almost. That's why I'm disappointed that it wasn't Watto in the scene instead of Obama.
Yeah.
Because Watto was in the dream.
Penelope, my favorite character.
Yeah, I like it. I like how like significantly like initiates like a
shot.
change and like a character change and color change and music change to like signify like that he's like going back into the dream state almost, you know.
Yeah, it is also back to the main theme right there.
Sure.
Back on track. Things are getting back on track. The adventure is about to begin again.
I love the shot. This was all improv. Oh, dramatic.
I love how the plan was to have a fight, and then you did this, and I'm like, you know what? That's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't really redo it.
But maybe it says something about how you can't die in your dreams.
Oh, true.
That's true. Wait a minute. Hold on.
This isn't a dream.
And Billy does die. Well, actually, no, he still
Yeah,
lives.
but
Oh
think
my
about it. He
God.
takes the drugs, and then the music changes and the color changes to like signify that he's like going into a different like state of mind. I feel like.
I love that shot.
Also, the fact that Avengers is a big deal when we made those films. Actually, the second is still a big film right now, today. But like the fact that we had Thor's hammer being used by the bad guy, I thought was a good way to represent like the time period almost. Like the enemy is weaponizing what they look up to and stuff, what they hope for.
They want to be like Thor.
You know what I think like for me like the basis like this is kind of an intense scene to talk about.
I was gonna say this. One of these is a real punch. I don't know if it was in that last shot.
It wasn't the last. No, wait.
It was
No, it wasn't this one. It was in the last shot. It was because it was from. You couldn't get a clear shot of that.
He is here.
Anyway, what I was saying is the main meaning of this movie to me is how people put significance on things that aren't that significant, and like how we kind of like put like rose-colored glasses on for times that like maybe weren't that great.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, cause like it seems to me like Billy is like just like going through like a bunch of life trauma, but like he like takes the drugs and he like meets like this whimsical character that like makes life like somewhat like more like better, you know. Also this.
Like, look, in this part, like in the shots when he's getting food and snacks, it's all vibrant, colorful, saturated. But then when it goes back to the intensity fight between
That
the
was
master,
really hot, by the way. That wasn't acting.
it's all like
Gritty.
desaturated, gritty, grays, greens, chrome.
Yeah. And it like further reinforces that theme, I think, because this movie like was literally nothing, and then we put significance on it by like continually working on it.
I think a lot of the significance and like all like the stuff we're talking about, while like we're kind of making up on the spot, trying to make ourselves sound smarter, I think it actually does come from who we were when we made this and how we accidentally put meaning into this like stupidity almost, into like having fun led to accidental meaning almost. I feel like.
Yeah.
I love the Twilight Zone music here.
I love how like David just falls off and Holden's like, oh no. He just watches it happen.
Oh no.
He's dead.
Also,
Oscar worthy.
Also, I love how this transition to the next scene, the jump scare actually got people. I love because like the point of the next scene was supposed to be unease, and so I'm like, what's a better way editing wise to put people on unease?
That does put me.
I just answered myself right there.
Oh my gosh! Wait, let's watch for the
All the
for the typo.
yeah, there are a lot of typos in this film.
Authorities. Authorities.
Murders.
For murders, yeah, not murderers. It's murders.
Fred instead of Freddy. Are you kidding me?
Well, which one's real?
Oh, Star Wars.
Actually, that was Legend of Zelda.
No, it was
No, it's
no.
not.
That's Wind Waker right there.
No,
I'm not
Ray,
talking
we
about
were
this.
we were
Oh, oops. Oops. That's.
Why do you tackle me? It makes no sense.
Oh no, I was so upset too because I was like,
such a cool shot.
I was like, Tucker,
In my hat.
walk in a straight line. And when I saw you tackle him, I'm like, we can't do this a second time.
My hat. I have to leave behind my hat. That's my true
That's
trauma.
true. That's actually
That's trauma. That wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned, but it worked out actually pretty well. I love how the progression of the story goes through Grady's changing hat and appearance. Like Tucker's always wearing a red shirt, sometimes a hat, backwards, forwards.
Yeah, and my hair was super short and the... Oh yeah, I forgot about that hat.
And the beats.
Oh, I love this
The
Beats.
Beats chips.
This Beats was perfect.
This was not. This was an actual prop. This was an actual chip.
Thing.
These were chips that Grady had in his pantry and had.
And then look at this.
Someone had-
Tucker literally threw it in the tree and it stayed there. And then this is... I literally fall. This is a literal fall.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I could have written this part better. Like, from a slapstick point of view. Beats getting caught in tree. Falls on rock.
I was actually trying here, honestly.
I love how this moment was actually like a minute after you fell on the rock, and it's like the same take. I just cut out like 2 minutes.
Really? That's
Yeah.
the same take?
Here we go. I'm proud of this shot. I just remember I
this
fell
shot was-
down. I'm like, wait a minute. That was fun.
We're
Remember
walking on clouds.
Remember how cold it was that day, and how it literally killed my phone because it was so cold, and so we had to switch to a camcorder.
Oh yeah, well, you can probably tell once it switches.
I mean, it's pretty jarring if you ask me.
And then what was the purpose of this?
Well, this scene was supposed to be like it was supposed to be like a growing rift between the two friends. Like they get back together, but like
But like
remember,
David said, he's like too focused on the basketball to
Exactly,
appreciate the
yeah.
friendship.
he's thinking like, okay, what's the goal? And he's like, you're thinking about like, wait, why are we on the run? We gonna die.
Yeah.
Also, I like how for one of the takes, Tucker didn't even know it fell out, and he's like, oh wait, it fell out? And it was like one of the best takes too.
Whoopsies.
I thought that was a bit ironic.
Ironic. That's method acting right there.
I just remembered, David was inside playing Smash Melee with Mac while we
Yeah.
filmed this.
David didn't want to join.
Because it's cold outside. You can't blame him.
Baby, it's cold. That's
You can't sing that song anymore, bro.
I disagree. If we analyze the lyrics right now, it's not that bad.
If we analyze the lyrics,
It's not as
it's
bad as
basically
people
like
say.
analyzing the scene. Because Fred's like, baby, it's cold outside. And Tucker's like, no, we gotta go away.
Oh, that's true. My mom,
Wait,
my parents.
I love how I forgot to cut that out.
Well, what were you supposed to cut out?
Oh, okay, let me explain this.
Like probably.
So
that
I
whole
think we
thing.
explained it a little bit earlier, but I'm going to go a little bit more in
Yeah.
depth. So one of my problems that I personally had with the earlier scenes was that there was no reference to parents or responsibilities, which I thought was immensely ridiculous. So I wanted to bring a stupendous reason why they aren't absent anymore from like a reason so we don't have to include them. And so I thought, what if to make the villains more threatening, we kill them off?
This is a shawarma scene, by the way. Anyway, continue, Brady.
And so the scene that we cut out from the therapy scene was supposed to be Tucker getting a call that his parents died in a car accident. And then we forgot to film the scene a year later at the police office where the chief of police, Holden, gets a call about Fred's parents dying in a car accident. And he's supposed to give it to Fred. And then that's when Tucker was supposed to snap and be like, wait a minute, something's not wrong. My parents are dead and you want to talk about a basketball? What's going on here? That was supposed to be the inciting incident for clicking his head. Let's be real, that doesn't make sense. I'm happy we didn't go that direction. But it was fun.
Well, it's fun.
Your family dying.
It was not fun, but it was fun. Oh, here's the next scene. Another beautiful scene that continues the drug psychedelic storyline.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite scenes.
You can see David in the background. He's already onto them.
He escaped the melee.
Escape the melee.
I love why the hallucinations are explained too.
It's true, yeah. It's beats.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
This was our, I guess, review of the entire movie.
Analysis.
Analysis.
Commentary.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
What?
What?
It's
I
not
don't remember
over?
this. I don't remember filming this part.
But the story's over. It doesn't make sense.
Brady, that was kind of bad editing. You put the credits in the
If you
middle of the
if you didn't notice, you just got bamboozled.
Oh, got him.
Oof.
They still got like 3 more hours of their life.
Hey, well, not as bamboozled as you get, bro. Okay, I always love the drums with like the hammering right there.
This is one of the best decisions we ever made.
You're not wrong. Like we got the Titanic Rose and Jack shot.
Yeah.
With like David beating the life out of Grady in the
I like
background.
how it's just the repeated shot.
That looks painful though. I'm not gonna lie. Grady, how many times
The
did
big
you get
one's
injured
coming up,
on this?
though.
I feel like we did the slapstick of that scene fairly well.
Oh!
I don't feel like I hit you very hard. Like,
Yeah, I don't think you hit me that hard at all.
I'm gonna give you props to the stunt team on this.
Okay, so David was supposed to edit him flying out, but then we thought this was so funny that we eventually just.
Because that was the placeholder. Because David
was the
like pops his
placeholder.
head in on accident, and then he leaves, and that was supposed to be seen.
Oh no, it was all hallucination.
A hallucination from the Bates.
There's a beautiful blooper of Tucker tossing the basketball, but we got it perfectly timed, so we just see the basketball fling out, and he's like, "No!"
Do you have the blooper of me swinging the hammer around and it comes off?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's in this. Yeah.
Oh, I love how selfish Billy is. Doesn't even care about.
I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't make sense thematically. Now that I think
What are you
about
talking
it,
about?
like, here's the thing.
Billy being selfish.
Yeah, Billy, like, here's the thing. Billy always put the basketball before Fred. But now that he doesn't have his basketball and he sees his friend wounded, his priorities should have shifted at the
No,
moment.
I don't believe it because he's too caught up in the basketball.
Alright.
I agree.
Whoa, there's alcohol in this movie.
Whoa! He's underrated.
That's so classic.
He just has the phone on the frame.
So classic.
And then we, like, acknowledge it, too, with the phone call.
Jerry.
It's Officer Jerry.
No.
Okay, can you explain the significance of this scene?
Actually, you know what? There's none. Because when we filmed this, I didn't know what we would need and would not need. And I thought for pacing wise, we probably want like a fun montage, like song montage. Like, you know, that's always fun.
All I remember is you just sing this song, and then start having a fight in the snow.
You know what?
We had both
all right.
long hair.
Yeah, I had really long hair.
I do like that shot though. That's fun. That's like a good like, hey, look, they have that like relatability. You know, they just want to put their hair in the wind,
Yep.
They
I
go by the
gotcha.
wind.
go in the fields, hide from cops, survive
Crawl
off eating
through
beets for like a whole winter. I wish we filmed the scene at night or something, or like sundown, so that way we could like fake a scene of like them trying to sleep at night in the snow. It's suspicious, man.
One of these shots I just love so much. It's not this one yet. It's when I take the snow and rub it in Tucker's face.
That was.
I remember.
I think it might be this one.
I remember initially it came up with the slow part of the song, and I was like, I need to re-edit this. But honestly, if there was a scene to cut, it would be this scene, honestly.
No, there would be other
It's-
scenes.
I would
like
read-
all of America. Wait for it. Look at that. That was all in
I wish this scene just escalated into them just
That's so
like
cold.
brutally beating each other.
Okay, here's the thing. David, if you were there that day, if you came out
Being
with
each
us,
other
you
to
probably
bloody
would have
cold.
said that on the spot. You
Yeah.
probably would have gone that direction. Actually, this is an interesting segue. I feel like scenes were created off who was there on set and like the dynamics of
Yeah, that's true.
like,
It always changed.
because like if David wasn't there on the Obama scenes, we wouldn't have shot the Obama scenes. We would have just shot Tucker walking into his house.
Well, yeah, and also think
That's true.
in the black and white future scenes, it was supposed to be Ian as judge, and that would have taken a whole different route for
Ian
the whole
was supposed
movie.
to be the judge.
The whole ending of the movie would have been totally different if Ian were there.
Yeah, Ian was supposed to be the character that was supposed to be like, oh yeah, well, you're free now. Everyone's gone.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just the judge, man.
So the movie wouldn't have been. I like the ending a lot better. How it ended,
Oh yeah,
like
I
the
think
twist that
with
happens.
like David's character and stuff.
And
yeah.
guys, it was so hot
Dude,
during the
it was
filming.
so humid.
Tucker was complaining in his t-shirt,
Okay.
and I'm over there in layers, 3 layers, a sweatshirt and a jacket, because Brady's like, we gotta have the continuity.
But then Tucker's like, he just takes off his jacket.
Like, no.
I remember I'm editing the scene and I'm like, that's when it hit me. I was like, oh no, what have I done?
Like, not only was it hot, it was, like, extremely humid. Like, it was just...
It was horrible.
Probably, like, worst conditions.
I've never felt so horrible.
The most delicious scene in the movie.
This is actually my favorite scene in the movie. Like, the next 7 minutes,
Yeah.
without a doubt, I wouldn't change
That water's
a
so
thing.
gross. I would change the fact that that's clear water, and you can obviously tell it's clear water, but...
But it's still gross, man. Okay, also, I love how the scene starts out silent and just keeps on escalating.
I love how
It
Brenda
builds
is really
on
what
itself.
gets my heart pumping, you know?
Brenda. Did you know my mom's name was Brenda when you filmed this?
But I don't know.
Like,
did I improv Brenda, or did you tell me this?
I did not tell you Brenda.
I honestly,
Brady
I don't
laughed.
remember why I said Brenda.
Okay,
I didn't
this scene was cut out of the movie, right?
No, this was in. We cut out parts of the Hillary montage in Anoka. Not montage. The Hillary chase in like Anoka. But this whole
I love
segment is
that.
it. Like the whole chase part.
Oh, okay.
I cut out the heroin line. I think.
Don't do heroin, kids.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
But I thought it was like arm candy.
Probably.
I love this scene.
I mean, you don't know until you try, right, Brian?
You know what? Too far. Go to KFC instead. It's healthier.
Well,
Why did we
it's
split
probably
up?
it's probably as detrimental to your health.
There's no reason for us to split up. And I like how he keeps it's
Hey,
really driving back and forth.
I want to point something out in this shot. Look at this dragonfly. It keeps up with the car. It's literally flying right by. I just love that shot.
It's like those little things. The little things that add up to a great picture.
This whole clone scene where I'm just driving in the car was entirely improv. I just thought of the first thing that came to my mind, which was KFC, because I
You were
was
hungry,
a
man.
big hungry boy.
And the car
And then
is
the car
just
just all
stopped.
of
It's
a sudden-
beautiful. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Here's the winter shot.
No.
No,
So
Civil
it-
War.
Wait,
Gotta.
is the scene in this one? This
Actually, you can tell. Yeah.
the horsey scene.
Oh,
yeah,
no, it's in the bloopers, but it's not.
Thank-
Wait, is it in the bloopers?
Thank God.
I don't remember.
I love this. I love how I'm driving.
And
Like,
then-
I'm in
then
the
all-
car. I'm the one that's driving. I'm in the driver's seat. And
Wait
then,
for it.
Beautiful.
and then Grady's driving.
Okay, what I'm disappointed is the backpack being in the ground was supposed to be like way more like it was supposed to be like a moment of surprise, like oh no, a little bit like in the back of your head. But the problem, it didn't land mostly because there's so many shots in the film where the backpack is just lying on the
Wait,
ground.
what's the point of that lying on the ground like
Because
that?
they don't have their
Because
food
that was all
or-
your food. That was all your supplies.
Wait for it.
Oh.
Quiet. That was the best shot of the movie, folks. Do you know how long that took?
That was worth it. Wasn't that our first? No, that was our second take, I think.
That was
Nope.
not
No,
It's a lot more than two
No,
takes.
that's not
That
what I
was like our
said. That was
eighth.
our second take, and then we did it a lot more times, but we couldn't recreate it. We wanted to do it more times because we wanted to make it look
I
lower
think that was our
around.
last one.
I actually scream in that scene from hearing the sound.
Yeah, because the belt buckled.
I'm back! It's been like an hour.
They are. They're coming.
I
Wait,
never
who's
noticed
coming?
that.
They are. I haven't either.
And here we go, the
This
next
is my
iconic
shot.
moment. Like this scene's just iconic moment after iconic moment. It's like a classic Steven Spielberg action scene, like where it's like they
I love
can't
my
top it. The scene must be over, and then it ramps up again.
This is Instagram comedy tears of gold.
Like we did. There's another shot David was supposed to fix, but then we ended up not fixing it because we loved it too much.
I love these like epic zoom ins too, with the flames.
Zoom-ins, yeah. Oh, that's great.
Oh, and those flares.
I like how you're like how to get away from it is run straight at her.
I love how I'm like, David, spin the gum like the Terminator style, and he's like twirling it like a marching band. All right, this is when it like started to get deleted because they're like, here's the thing, your interpretation of Hillary, it's a bit iffy.
Who's? Oh, David's.
Yeah, like I mean it's hilarious, but I mean, like,
Once again, no political motive. It was just kind of funny.
Because the meme was Hillary was chilling, and she,
But she wasn't really chilling.
yeah, like. I love that sound effect. It's like a.
Well, I think it's like supposed to show like it's not really Hillary. Obviously, it's a clone.
Man, of course.
It's just a clone. It's not supposed to be actual Hillary.
Like, I wish we had more scenes of you guys taking off the masks and just being real to each other.
I do not remember that.
Oh.
Where'd you get the gun again? Oh, wait. In the police scene, you were supposed to take the gun from the dead cop. And then...
Wait, I love this part.
Let me
Wait,
finish.
listen. Listen to the hit. Wait. Because it...
So explain that one,
Okay,
Grady.
so basically, he swung the knife at me, and it sounds like it hits me actually, but it really just hit the tree right after. And that was true. A true sound.
Yep, it was true.
Oh, and there's him crawling all over me. Did you see Hillary's
Yeah, it was
mask?
like inverted.
Oh, this was... Brady's inspiration for this was Jason Bourne, this scene. He said he wanted to make a Jason Bourne scene with like shaky cam and me going up on the bridge. It's true parkour. I love how Brady can't even run in a straight line.
Oh, my voice returns.
It is a trap.
My opinion with this scene is disappointing.
This is literally the same place.
Okay, so things I like about the scene. We took advantage of the surroundings and like graffiti and stuff.
Yeah.
Like to say clones and stuff. But on the other hand, we went a completely different direction with the film after filming this scene. Like, the direction was supposed to be, it's the end of the world. The clones are taking over. But then we decided, hey, maybe it would be a better idea to go world record, to go full circle.
And literally behind us, there's a basketball, and we totally didn't even notice it till later.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was, like, wasn't that like, that was after we finished
That was
filming the
years
movie.
later.
Yeah, that
we
was,
realized.
this
I
was,
like how it's like a butterfly behind Tucker, and it literally looks like it's his wings, plus the clones.
that's actually kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. If we framed that up better, that would have been, like, actually a really interesting shot. That's a shame. Oh,
That is a shame.
Believing in chaos. Whoa, wait. Oh, believe in chaos. Oh, change. Never mind.
What does it say?
Oh.
Believe in.
Look, there's the basketball. Oh.
I was excited.
It's a pumpkin. It's totally a pumpkin.
There was other sports equipment. It was
Well,
just a
okay,
really
when we went
badly
back,
drawn.
it was.
It's
Oh,
really
this is a
badly
great-
drawn.
Oh,
there's
look,
David
there it
again.
is. Another David. Another clone in the wild.
Oh, then there he's gone. The hobo is so weird in like this area.
You're right. That was mostly because, like, part of me wanted to be like, hey, I can totally come up with this on the spot, the story. And then in reality, I could not come up with the
And
story.
we
on
didn't have
spot.
the twist yet of
Yeah. Well, no. The twist that. Oh, this is actually interesting. No, I won't bring it up now. I'll bring it up at the actual scene. But the twist about the master was planned since day one. He just wasn't the master.
Wait, this new character has just entered the scene. Who is this?
This is Officer Jerry, played by the Lucreous Jared Segner. And wait, do we have him in the studio? Do we have Jared Segner? We have
he's
Jared
coming in
Segner
the
in the
door right now.
studio.
He's
We have a surprise.
Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, hello, Jared.
Segner. Oh my.
Wow, and you came right when your scene popped on.
yeah.
Wow.
What are you doing here?
You know, I'm just around town.
You're just in the neighborhood.
Yeah. I remember in this scene, I was always my mustache would like always fall off. So basically, I just hold it on my lip the whole time.
Classic dollar store mustache props. All right, so this is I
Where's
think like
Brenda?
was another incredibly hot day to
Yes.
Yeah, true. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's hard. It's kind of a toss-up on which day was hotter.
And I had to
For
wear
me-
that sweatshirt while you were wearing the
Okay,
t-shirt.
but that was
again.
before the crazy hot part when we started climbing the dang hill.
Well, yeah, but still.
My
I
only
love that
solace in climbing that hill was playing Pokemon Go on the way up.
Wasn't this
True,
the day
Pokemon
Stranger?
Go.
This was the day after Stranger Things came out. So
Yeah.
we watched like half the show, and we were all hooked.
Yeah, and then we had to go film.
And then
And
we
this
were
was
filming,
before it was famous. Stranger Things was famous.
Yeah.
Like, we were like the
We were
pioneers.
Weird flex, but okay.
No way. Me and Grady just had like a telepathic like sync.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I love how we climbed up all the way to the top of the mountain, and there's literally like 3 shots that show that we're actually at the top of the mountain.
Well, this was the main shot that I came here for. Like that one right
No,
there, with
because
three
the whole
hills.
fight scene of me versus the 2 clones
That's
was supposed
true.
to be at the very edge.
But when
Not
I,
like not the Jared and Tucker edge.
That's true, that's
but it was
true.
supposed to be over at another.
But the whole reason, like, I went hiking there like a year before this, and like when I saw that location right there, I'm like, that's the scene we need missing basketball. So that was the shot. That was the reason we came actually.
the
so-
the tree too.
Yeah, the tree was nice. That was a nice touch. Like especially the one shot when we get like the above with Jared and Tucker.
Teleportation.
Ooh, an interesting thing about that right there was that we had different intentions for that. Because
Yeah.
during the kangaroo court, we were gonna like do some trickery and have Jared make it look like Jared was ripping off a Mission Impossible mask to reveal a clone.
Oh yeah, true.
And then we forgot to film
remember
it because
Know all the
David
plot.
wasn't there. Yeah, David didn't make it to the filming of that scene because it was this scene. Oh,
It's
dang,
so weird
wow.
because this was filmed like so near to the end of the movie, but it's like
I think this is the biggest
time gap.
distance. Yeah, yeah. It was July 2016 to May 20. This was, oh my god, this was the
Second to last.
second to last day of production.
Well, actually,
I forgot about that.
quite easily. Oh, really?
This.
I
Oh, wait.
Oh,
I
Because
really
the-
like the quality of this scene is really good, and I like the colors in it.
Yeah. Got him.
Like,
Oh, we're cracking a
Oh, wait,
cold
hold on.
one. I see.
Cracking open a cold one.
don't
What do you
mind
want?
us. We're just getting refills. I'll take whatever's available for anyone. I like how I feel like the editing in the extended edition between the two scenes is a lot better.
Yeah, I agree.
Because in the original, this is the moment that we use the main my favorite song from the mixtape, telephone line, over this moment. But I like how in this version of the film we use telephone line when you're beating the crap out of Obama, and like Payback. He's like, Fred, what could you be doing right now, or whatever. Like, where could you be?
My shirt
just-
is still permanently stained from this.
Is it?
We'll let the dog in.
You got yourself
Let the
in.
dog out.
Well, you see right now there is a dog, and he is furiously trying to.
What's happening to Obama right now is happening with the dog and us right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, special guest star, the dog.
He just let himself right in. He just burst through the door.
This is an extravaganza, folks. There's gonna be a lot of special guests. Yeah, we've had two so far.
Innocent. No. I'm kidding. Okay.
That punch actually looks really good.
I think it was a good mix of the Tucker's body movements,
Dude, the
trying
time
to
we're
actually
about to get
avoid
started.
Holden's
We've had
punch,
to improvise.
and the camera zooming, going with the
Alright,
motions.
kangaroo court man, come here.
Alright, guest star, you can come back.
What would you like to tell us about your part in this?
I couldn't remember my lines, so there's always like a secret, like something that I could look at to know what my lines were.
Yeah, secret.
That
was really
secret. Yeah. It's supposed to look like a paper that I was reading from for his charges, but it's just a script.
I love how like people caught on right away. Like we didn't fool anyone. I think it was in the theater. Kenny leaned over and was like, "Is that the script?"
Humongous.
Oh yes, there was a famous internet meme called "Humongous," and that was the name of his character. Fun fact.
All of these people looking at the camera.
You can't argue
With the facts.
First, you will be given a life sentence in prison, and then at the end of your life.
I love how.
So, Jared, tell me kind of the emotion that you brought to this character. Like, how did you do that? Like, it seems like there's a lot of life in your movement and
I
how
like
you
to feel
express.
like I was a judge in kangaroo court in a past life.
Yeah, I really feel that.
Yeah.
I know, I'm really.
And I was
really
channeling that.
Yeah.
So, from your character's point of view, how do you feel he dealt with the loss of Dudley?
Oh, whoa, spoiler.
Dudley already
There
died.
we go. That was iconic, most iconic line in the movie. I say it's not kangaroo.
Oh, here we go. Telephone line. A beautiful song by.
Oh,
Ella.
love that punch. Oh, that one looked good.
Oh, here we go. I love the facial expressions. Hey, do we remember what you were saying to get into the mood in that shot right there?
Oh, there we go.
Because I do. My Little Ponies
What the?
are the best.
Wait, what was that cut?
Okay, no, actually, the reason that was supposed to be two separate. Okay, the reason for that abrupt edit was because it was supposed to be two separate clips to jump back to. Pacing wise, it didn't work out, so I had to combine the two. And I realized I might as well use the blooper of David taking out the masks to remind the audience that it's not Hillary and it's actually a clone.
Intriguing.
Oh wait, we're gonna watch this part.
This is a bit R-rated. I mean, can you just relate when you accidentally break something at your work and you realize your boss is going to find out it's you, so you just snap your own neck over fear?
I wonder what Obama would say if we showed this to him.
I wonder if he
Thanks,
would
Obama.
appreciate it.
Let me call him up. Maybe
Oh, here we go.
come through for the end.
So for script writing, I feel like this was actually kind of a fun scene, even though it didn't translate as organically as I wished. Because the goal of this in Kangaroo Court was for all their confessions and the motivation to be lyrics of songs that I played during the film. So right here, this is a minute and 30 seconds of Tucker monologuing, and we did it on one take. I was so proud.
Was it the first take too?
Yeah, because you were reading off the script, but we both knew that there was no way you were going to do it without it.
That's true. There's no way.
And
that was like a whole freaking paragraph.
It was like a whole page, bro.
Yeah.
The world changed. At first I was feeling blue.
This really hits me in the heart right here.
But I do like how it is like
After all of that, I knew
we take like meaning out of the songs now. Like Freddy's Fire mixtape, it's almost like the songs were made for a movie.
Oh.
Almost.
Actually, speaking of Freddy's Fire mixtape, what is everyone's favorite song? Let's go in order. Tucker, what would be your favorite song from Freddy's Fire mixtape off the top of your
Yeah,
head?
Tucker, what would off the top of your head?
The theme. I'm stealing the theme.
Are you kidding me? That's what I
Nope,
was
the theme's
gonna
not on Freddy's Fire mixtape.
Is it not?
Nope.
I would have to say the Grape song that I told Brady to put in the film, but he didn't.
Oh
That's
wow,
why
it's almost like the song wasn't good.
It's almost like that was the
ouch.
point. It was about grapes and how an Aussie views grapes.
It's almost like I couldn't naturally flow it into the plot at all.
It's almost like that wasn't a problem with half the things in the movie.
It's
so
almost
why
like
couldn't we
I'm
have
gonna-
the grape song.
I'm gonna throw this can of Coke at you. Gosh. No, I'm not gonna do that, audience.
Oh, he's just getting up close and personal.
Do you still want to go through and say our favorite?
I do actually, but we can save that for later now, I guess.
Oh
that
my, that
looked
looks real.
Jared, I have one final question for you before you have to get on your way, because I know you're, you have a doctor's appointment in 15 minutes. How do you feel losing this character? You spend so much time acting on set with this other person that basically becomes your friend. How did it feel to lose that?
I was method acting this the whole time, and that loss, honestly, it really it had a personal effect on me for probably the next 6 months after that scene. I wasn't the same. My friends and family were all worried about me.
Yeah, that's just a struggle us actors go through.
Yep.
I can't imagine what David felt like dying like every other.
Yeah, it was just it was ups and downs, man. I could some days I just couldn't get over it.
David, I recall you were method acting, right?
I was method acting.
Yeah. So and then you got so good. I'm pretty sure the doctors subscribed or said that you had schizophrenia or something.
Yeah. Well, I did. I'm past it now. Anyway, I'd like to thank our guest Jared from coming in. He's walking out now. Thanks for coming.
Yep, I'm gonna see everybody.
Have a good day.
All right, so let's talk about this glorious moment after Holden leaves to follow Dudley. When the master pulls out the basketball, that little moment, I think, wowed the audience.
Oh yeah.
But do you know who it didn't wow?
Who?
Anyone on production. Do you remember how hard it was to get that shot?
When we dropped the basketball?
Like, we're like, it's gonna be so easy. And then it takes like 13 takes. Like,
wasn't as easy as it
because we're like, wait a minute.
This scene also was filmed like a month before that. Like 2 months before that we showed in theaters.
No, this was actually the final. No, this was the same day as Kangaroo Court.
But it was like
the same day.
Handful of
Yeah,
months.
this was before the senior party. Yeah.
So how long before it was released was this film?
Well, see, the day after this was the final scene of the film.
Oh, we went to
So
the day
it was
after.
about like a month. Yeah. Okay. My favorite editing in the entire film is this moment right here with the music and the cuts. Like, we did this really cool thing how like it slid from like the left to the right. It was a high-pitched reverse of Mountains by Hans Zimmer for Interstellar. And I remember like I loved like the really fast pace stuff. And like how it felt like his mind's going at like 1,000, like at least a mile per hour.
At least.
At least a mile per hour.
But
I love how there's a trash in between the door and the...
Yeah.
Why is the door propped open?
Because he entered. Yes, but the thing is, I remember it was going to cut right here. Like, the music was going to cut to the next scene and be silent again. But I remember as I'm watching it, before I cut it, I realized the music flowed so naturally. It got really quiet right now. And then,
Wait, what's the catch?
like, he says, you're running out of time or something. And then all of a sudden you hear ticking. And my jaw dropped on the editing floor. I was so happy.
I love how you chose to have that person behind the mask in this scene, if you know what I'm saying. And then
Wait.
you know.
Yeah.
How did you... Is that what this is all about?
And no questions asked.
It was a little early. Sorry about that.
Yeah, wrong scene.
Yeah, he's like tick-tock, and you hear like the ticking, and then it gets quiet. Like, I think this is the only point in the film that reaches like 0, like on like the noise spectrum. Like nothing is emitting. And it's like, I think it's like, it was
It's a
actually,
quiet place. It's better
I
than
think
Quiet
that was the
Place.
moment that drew
That's a cool
everyone
shot.
into the film.
That was a cool shot.
There's no Dudley.
I agree. I think everyone was invested at this point.
Like, and for me, I think it was that moment right there. Because people are like, wait, the story's going somewhere. Wait a minute. And also, I love the colors in the scene, like the grayish blues and the orange hues. But like everything is like has this gray, almost like soulless grade over it.
Yeah, and I also think that it's in Billy's character to be rude to Fred earlier because like how he's willing to give up his friendship with Fred for the basketball in this scene, right? And
Yeah.
So like going back to our hidden meanings discussion, I think like to me like in this scene like the basketball just symbolizes his past in general and like how he just wants to go back to his past. You know? Also, how many bullets?
Oh yes, I remember this. Okay, so take a gander. Count how many times he's shooting. It's not 20. It's not 30. Not even 40. It's not even half 100.
Not even 41.
It's definitely not 2. He shoots David 63 times in this scene.
Those are some banana clips.
Everyone in the theater was freaking out.
It was
and we have a
so
hidden,
funny.
We have a hidden meaning behind the guns and the master, but that's a spoiler if we talk about it now. I don't know if David remembers.
Ooh, also, that was a lot of fun. I feel like the developing of this scene, structuring it with like how we like the reveal was gonna be like the audience gets the inkling when he says like breakfast ball when they realize it, but they're like, but it's David under the mask, and just the super. Like, we did it like as slowly as possible.
I thought this was gonna be a really bad reveal.
No,
Like,
everyone like
was
gasped
really
when he took off the mask.
No, when he said breakfast ball, everybody gasped. They were like, what?
And then there was holding their breaths for like
I
15 seconds.
I didn't know like it would get that.
Yeah, I
reaction.
didn't know people would be like so invested.
I thought like people would be like, oh, he was the okay.
It's kind of like, oh, but now it's the perfect time to actually talk about what I wanted to talk about earlier. Like, the reveal of my character, the Hobo, being the villain, the one who stole the basketball, was day one, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I remember we were talking about, like, since David's wearing a beanie, wouldn't it be hilarious if he took off the beanie and it was me the whole time? We never filmed the scene because we were lazy, and that's pretty much production of this film.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that actually, like, worked so well in our favor, honestly. And I think the fact that it was, like, kind of jokingly planned since day one made like the build up to it a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyway, like I was saying, like I think like a lot of it shows like how like we cling to our past too much sometimes. Like how he just wants the basketball so much, and he'll forego like what's happening in his current state to
like revisit the past.
Yeah, revisit the past.
Was this filmed before we filmed the interrogation scene with me and David, or
This is way after.
This is after.
This was May 2017. We filmed the interrogation December 2016, a couple months before.
Okay.
I think that was interesting. That was the only shot in the movie where me and David were talking as master and clones.
That's it.
That's it. I'm actually a little disappointed. I never realized that.
That is sad. There is master and clone talking earlier, but we all think it's David.
What is this song from? I really like
this is Elgia. I forgot what it is.
From Stranger Things.
It was on Stranger Things, but I didn't realize that when I edited it, so I was a little disappointed when I realized it.
Why? Because it's not original?
Yeah, I really want it to be a song no one heard before, or like a really one of them that's like known. I think it still works. It fits the scene. It's like
I don't think they played the whole thing like you did.
Yeah, that's true. Wasn't it? No, I'm not going to talk about Stranger Things now. We got to talk about missing basketball. Oh, okay, so this moment was inspired by The Simpsons. Very random. There's an episode that was talking about, or there's an analysis talking about like payoff and setup, and how there's this one episode where, not Homer, but his son Bart and his friend were like fighting over this toy. And at the very end, they get into like an actual brawl, and Bart's being like strangled by his friend, and his arm's just grabbing for 3 objects. And it's like a book, a bat, or the toy. And his hand goes to the toy, and he like whacks him with the toy. So that's like a little Simpsons reference right there.
I didn't even know that.
Okay, let's talk about this scene and what happens.
You mean the scene that goes on for way far too long?
So this scene, we were filming at a church, just a really small church in the parking lot.
Like right across the road.
Yeah, right across the road. And then halfway through when we were filming it, this cop car pulls up and it starts like, it doesn't come up to us, but it like turns, points at us like we're loitering. And then so Tucker was really worried, and we were still trying to create this quality plot and create a good performance. And basically we were talking about police officers being murdered and dying, and it was our fault with this police officer watching us.
And Grady was not being quiet at all. He was like yelling this.
And there's one point in the scene where Tucker literally like breaks character and tells me to settle down. And then there was a time where Brady says, okay, all I need is the scene to end right here, like with this line being said. And then Tucker breaking character made me able to use the line that Brady said, and I got so satisfied. I'm like, this is perfect. I think it's this shot right here.
Let me think. No. This is when they take out the mixtape and they start playing Johnny Cash.
Oh yeah, I don't even think the police officer has come yet.
No, I don't think he came yet.
Because Tucker does not look worried in this scene.
Yeah, this is one of the first. No, it wasn't. Wendy's?
We gotta go. Wendy's?
I'm actually really happy we referenced Wendy's, because that was like the main joint to go to.
The main
like,
joint.
in high school.
hit up that joint.
You're right.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
This is it.
Oh, it is it.
We can't be talking about murder.
Right now, but this place right next to us.
Wait, you cut it? I never realized you cut it.
Well, no, that was the same line, I think. The reason I cut it was because it naturally flowed better than this thing.
I like that tracking. That's funny.
I think I cut out like 30 seconds of right there.
I love the
And,
blurriness.
oh my
Yeah, I like how you cut out Grady. Grady's like saving line, but you don't cut out me like breaking character.
I thought it flowed well, honestly. I mean, in hindsight, hindsight 50-50.
And we, basically why it got dark is Tucker got so paranoid that this cop was there that we decided to leave the church, and then we just went in front of Brady's house and filmed the rest of the
I
scene.
thought for sure.
But you know what's funny? Depending on the shot, it's hard to tell because some of the shots, like you still see something in the back, a light, because we had like the front house lamp or light or whatever, so that way it kind of looks similar. I mean, it obviously wasn't the same, but I feel like this scene was kind of a miscalculation on my part.
This scene was so dumb.
You went on way too long. And I was like,
Oh, it went on for way too long.
Brady's like, you guys just gotta do it. Just keep making up confessions. And we're like, what's the point? I said, just keep doing confessions. Just keep confessing things.
And this is the part where I was trying to come up with a confession on the spot, and literally I couldn't come up with anything, and I just kept on dragging it out.
Like the main two factors I think I wanted to include were Grady is kind of lying to himself about like a lot of things in his life, so he's trying to get it all out because they think they're going to die. Unfortunately, we never had a scene where Fred thinks he's going to die before this.
This is
Tucker
where
definitely has.
This is where I drag it on.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Because for Fred, the worst thing to happen to him would be Billy finding his basketball. Or like, kind of, oh wait. Yeah, that came out wrong, but whatever.
Oh, restart. We gotta restart this whole commentary.
Okay, start over. No, but for real, like it's almost like Fred's character knew that the basketball was kind of like unhealthy for him almost. So like him finding his basketball was almost like a personal failure. So the reason I wanted the whole confession scene was so that it would just flow in like a river. I like using that word a lot for some reason. I need to stop you saying that today. But it was supposed to be A, B, C, and like before the audience doesn't even realize they're no longer talking about hiding from clones type situation right there.
Wait. That was improv. I love how this whole scene is like their conflict is like a married couple. It's like, you never support me. That's literally a line that Tucker just said.
Whoa!
Oh, language there.
Car raid. Okay, one thing I was thinking is like, why wouldn't Grady take the car? If he broke into the car, why wouldn't you just take it? And then I was thinking it would have been perfect if he took it too, because he could have returned. Because they're fighting on the road in the finale. Mm-hmm. He could have returned and like ran over the master or something in like a Jukes type scene. Like instead of what we went with. So I thought that was a big missed opportunity. Also,
that was a big oof.
The reason for this scene was because I wanted one scene where it was snowing. And I wanted to get the idea that maybe it was the helmet or something that was actually making him crazy. But we never went more in depth with the character. I don't really think it matters.
It's the basketball that made him crazy. It's the past that made him crazy. It's the world record. It's the focusing on the wrong things that made him crazy.
Well, that's what we realized once the movie was complete. But while we're filming it, every time we go in front of the camera, we're discovering the film. We're digging a little bit deeper.
That's true. Literally, Brady, every step through the process, Brady would talk to me about how he saw the movie going, and there were so many different routes that he had planned, and it changed like every time we got together and filmed. There was one version where I was hypnotized, and I really kind of wanted to film this scene.
Where you killed your love interest.
Whoa!
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
There was going to be a police officer that was a girl, and she was going to be my girlfriend. But then the master hypnotized me, and then I killed my girlfriend on screen.
Here's the thing. Everything with the police did not go as planned, and I'm very disappointed in that. But that being said, the only remnants of that subplot would be the Master manipulating Fred into fighting Billy.
Yeah,
Because that was the
it
whole
did
goal.
kind of still.
The friendship being torn apart into just a fight scene.
Yeah, because even the things that you planned out that didn't happen, like the core elements of it did. Like, I remember you talking to me about how they were creating a battle plan, and then Fred and Billy separated, and that turned out looking a lot different in the movie. But the fact that there were still a lot of elements that lasted throughout.
Remember back in 2014 when I was thinking of ways to incorporate David being everywhere? One of the original ideas was 3 wizards. Like a triplet of wizards or something. Like because of I think that actually would have been a really interesting way to go. It would have incorporated the masks too, but I'm happy with the clones idea.
I like the shot, but I did something that Brady didn't like in the shot.
What was it?
Oh, wasn't it running?
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't tell you to run. He's like, we can't redo it.
I was a little disappointed because I wanted you to like slowly walk away, like almost like you realized someone was looking right at you. But all right, now Tucker, this is your big moment in the film. This was the scene that got you nominated for an Oscar.
I like this scene.
Actually, I like this scene a lot too. It's payoff for the dreams when you're talking to yourself. It's a scene of like realization.
Yeah.
Also, did everyone... I don't know if everyone knows this, but the scene when Tucker gets arrested and finds the basketball is the first scene in the movie when Tucker's not wearing red. Or at least past the first 3 years.
That's crazy.
Wait, you said red...
Because remember how I said red was like supposed to represent innocence and youth? When he finds the basketball, that's when he loses the color red in his clothing. That's why I told you not to wear red anymore.
Oh. Interesting. Like, I didn't even...
So is that like saying that he like is like realizing like the past isn't as glamorous as it seems?
Well, it's supposed to be open for interpretation. For my interpretation of it, it was supposed to be like getting closer to the basketball, getting closer to your fantasy of the past is going to slowly kill you on the inside.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
It's just depressing. That's why I like how all Tucker scenes are kind of like muted of colors when he's alone.
Who are you?
Also, great use of Hans Zimmer's fantastic score he made for this film from Inception.
I think I actually, for real, I got chills during this part.
Yeah,
this is the first time that I actually saw the scene in theaters.
I like
and then all the chills faded.
Hey, but this part's pretty cool, even though like
going to my door.
And look, he's running into the red. He's running back home.
Oh, genius!
I'm Billy Boo, and I'm running to my doom.
You wouldn't cooperate with the voiceover.
That was what you wanted me to do.
But
I had it written for
No,
me.
it was funny because I was like, running to my doom! My doom! I think there's a clear difference. But of course, I feel like the vibe we were going for was a lot more lighthearted than the intense editing we ended up going up with.
Yeah.
Like now you're completely devoid of color.
Oh.
The skid marks.
Skid marks.
Okay, oof.
Why do you say oof?
I like this.
Oh.
I like the shots with the mask in the scene, how like it reflects the trees and like the colors. It looks just...
Hey, that's the iconic Tucker eyes from the... Oh, and that's the iconic Master eyes from the main menu in the Blu-ray thing.
What? Hold on. The main menu in the Blu-ray thing.
Okay, so he's seen the design
I've
for
seen
the
all
extended
of it.
edition, which will be out by the time this is out.
Sure.
But the...
Which will be out when it ships out with the movie.
You're right.
Brady, say a date to keep yourself accountable.
All right,
Future Brady
Christmas
is
Day.
listening. So you're saying we will get Blu-rays on Christmas Day?
Christmas Day.
This
if
Christmas?
you're listening to this on Christmas,
Didn't you
you're
say that last
lucky.
Christmas?
Oh, that was a real... Did you see that? That was a real smack to my face.
Okay, I love how this blooper made it in.
Yeah.
I love that edit so much, bro. And
I like this shot right here. Yeah, that one.
like
Cool,
this,
yeah.
The pickup of the basketball.
like the coordination of the shots. I feel like, and it's
I
just
do like how
quick
it's like
pace.
him running back too, just like the beginning of the movie.
I wish we got a different take of us throwing the hammer. I don't remember why we didn't get that. Also, Tucker, how did that fake blood taste?
Oh my gosh, that stuff tasted terrible. Like, it was the most bitter tasting, like, and you couldn't get that taste out of your mouth either.
I mean, I think this looks pretty good, like, from,
Oh yeah, definitely worth it. Worth it for the shot, but
right.
they didn't even put, like, any sugar or any kind of sweetener in it. They didn't try to make it like a nice taste for you. So.
Sorry, the budget, after, like, the last few scenes, the budget kind of dwindled down.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford sugar anymore.
Yeah, budget constraints.
One of the last few obnoxious jokes, I'm gonna call it.
That was literally my joke. A lot of the obnoxious jokes are my jokes because, like, I just think they're so funny.
I love how we at least attempted a fake one-shot in this film with, like, the clones fighting. Like,
oh, yeah.
I think we aimed high. I don't think we, like, hit the mark seamlessly, but oh my gosh, it's a fun scene, I feel
You
like.
mean what's coming up in a second?
Yeah, like right here, coming up.
I actually thought it was really well done compared. Like, I think it was the best clone fighting scene that we had. Oh.
Oh, no. Okay.
There wasn't even a sound effect either.
You're supposed to dodge, I think.
No. I was supposed to get hit, but then we failed so epically when I was looking at it, I didn't even add a sound effect. So I realized it looks better as a dodge.
Like, at that point, like, it's better just to hit
Like,
it.
okay, that twist right there. Like, I feel like
And I love how, like, each clone looks different for David.
Yeah. I remember, like, there was one shot, like that. Oh, I love that transition.
I love the...
Okay, I don't like this transition because the gun comes from nowhere. But I'm also happy we had a lot of extra people on
how
this
many
day so we
bodies
can get the
did they
dead
have
body. We had
there?
3, I think.
But how? Like, who was it all? Who was
It was
all?
Grady, Ian, and David.
Yeah. Dang.
And then,
I love this shot.
Yeah.
The tracking on that, like, moving up is so good.
Like, thinking back to, like, the first scene we ever filmed, like, do you think it would have, like, do you feel like this was the natural progression?
Obama coming out of the shed.
With the neck brace.
The neck brace.
Oh, yeah, because we included that neck brace in theaters, and I don't think anyone got it because we had to cut the scene where he snapped his own neck.
Yeah.
Wait for the line. It's coming.
Wait, is the line in this?
I don't remember, actually.
It's just really quiet over music.
That's probably on purpose.
It was right there, I think.
No, I included it. It's right here. Okay, so what's interesting about the editing here was that the recording was actually ending the recording, and starting the recording actually did not start the recording.
There was a whole...
And so we completely missed the footage we were supposed to get, and so we had to edit around that.
We recorded a whole, like, 3 minutes of me being buried in snow, and it was all for
nothing.
Also, let's do a little bit of trivia.
Oh, the beautiful...
Whoa, I was gonna say the
literally
the quality just...
When we were in the theater and it made the transition to the expensive camera from the iPhone, people were like staring at Tucker's face and they're like, "Ah, beautiful." Someone's like,
Tucker,
"Beautiful."
I think that's when you got a fan base growing. Like,
that's when people fell in love with the Burquest.
Yeah.
I kid you not. 3 days ago, Tucker had like 3 women around him.
That's true.
I swear, they're all like,
true.
"Wait,
They're all
is
asking
Tucker
about
Burquest from leading role of Missing Basketball coming here tonight?"
Yeah.
They were swooning.
They 100% said that. I was there.
They said, "I want to sit by him," and they're fighting over it. Tucker's not even denying it because it actually happened. We're not.
I mean,
kidding.
I wasn't there when it happened, but I guess I believe you.
The record is mine!
It's mine.
That's enough.
Anger.
It is all I have.
Passion.
So
Oof.
here's my question for all of you.
Yes.
What was the master holding Fred against to manipulate him to fight Billy?
The secret that.
What was the
That
secret?
he called
yeah.
the police.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He confesses it right here.
Mhm. So, my question to you guys is: do you believe that is believable for the character?
Yeah, because that whole scene where he was like so scared to confess it. Except it doesn't really make sense because he confessed it anyway.
Yeah, that's why I'm super disappointed with that scene because it completely undermines this scene.
So what do you
But
say?
actually, I think Fred comes to grips with the fact that he did it and he confesses it, but it's really Billy getting mad at him is the reason the fight happens. Sorry, David, you were saying, go ahead.
like metaphorically, like what does the master really symbolize? Like, if the basketball is the past, is the master the embodiment of the past?
Oh.
Constantly pulling him back.
It's almost like the stone that we were born on.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
I was just agreeing with you, bro. It sounded like it was
Yeah, it
right.
sounded right.
Stone we were born.
Stone.
No, I mean...
Look at your hand.
Okay, the hand does actually look like it has a lot of cuts on it.
I like this actually part. I don't think it played out well in the theater, but I felt like we were doing pretty good in that scene when we filmed it.
I think it was the editing on my part. I feel like an idea I had was, what if every time we had a massive hit, it would like jump cut to like the close up of the master's helmet or something, like almost like he was in control. He's the reason that each hit and pulse is happening. And then once it breaks, that's when it goes back to long takes. I feel like that would have been a little bit more effective, but
Yeah. So I think like the master, like kind of like the character arc of the master, kind of like represents that like embodiment of the past, you know, because like he's so friendly to him at the beginning, like when he's actually in the days, like where
disguising
he's trying to get the record, and then it just like over time it just kind of turns into like a bad friendship with like, you know, the
yeah,
past.
like you never see him, and when he does show up, he like stinks.
Yeah. And it's like just like hard to be like you love him, but like it's kind of hard to be around him.
Yeah, you're right.
And then it ultimately tries to get the better of you. That's my take.
That's a good take. That's a good take.
Penelope.
This scene is beautiful. Let's not lie. Everyone was cheering in theaters. Let's remember.
Yeah, literally. And I like how you did the 3 shots.
Done.
Or 4, dang.
Oh my gosh.
For the 4 main characters.
Okay, here's something I just realized. So, Fred is wearing a red hat.
Ooh, and red blood.
Okay. Well, you know, blood is innocent. I mean, that's kind of scary.
That took a while.
I don't know, maybe the blood symbolizes like you have to fight to get that back inside of you, you know?
Maybe innocence is inside us all along.
Who knows?
Or youth.
We didn't write that into the story, but it could be that way.
Okay, hold on. What does Fred's red hat mean? That's my question. I want to know what this means.
And we should also talk about the gunshots, how it takes one gun shot to kill him.
Well, you see, it's like a boss in like Mortal Kombat. You have like 68 lives, and he already took away 64, 65.
But Bill, not Bill.
What did we say about that before?
Yeah,
Because I remember that being very
David
profound.
had a whole theory about the type of gun that he had, and I don't remember it though. Like it was the night we filmed, like the show, the premiere. And
Grady, wait, guys. I hate to interrupt, but what I just realized is Fred took off the red hat. I think this is accidental symbolism. I wanted to crack what this means.
Okay, what did you say red means?
So red is supposed to be youth and innocence. Like Billy on the quest for the basketball is wearing red the whole time. It's kind of what keeps their friendship going while dividing them. And at the end of the movie, when he finds the basketball, he loses red. But now Fred is sporting a red hat. And when Billy dies here, he takes off the red hat.
Sacrificing the innocence of the friendship.
What do you mean, Babe Ruth?
Wow, we cracked it.
The code has been cracked.
Yeah, I don't remember what the whole thing about the gun was.
Yeah, me neither.
You guys had a crazy theory that kind of made sense.
It was so cool because it actually was about, I think it was about confidence and just where Billy was at. Bill.
Yeah.
And how the one gun was from somewhere, but then the other gun was from another place, and the fact of where he got the gun showed where he was at in life. But so that gives you a good idea of the. Basically, we'll leave that to you, audience. You can pick it apart and in depth watch this 3 times in a row in order to get it. Oh, he's awake.
You forgot this was even happening.
I think that's kind of effective, though. But that being said, I really, really wanted this to be before the finale because I didn't want any more high-stakes scenes after that. because that was the climax. And then right after the climax is another high stakes scene where like everything's like intense. So I was a little disappointed that I couldn't work a way around that.
I feel like the pacing like of these scenes like are so good, and like the spacing like in the movie like where they are, because you like it's like so long where you like kind of forget like it was even a thing, but like not long
enough where you totally forget the impact of it.
Yeah, it's like always in the back of your head lurking. Like, wait a minute, how does Fred end up like with the clones?
Yeah.
What happens?
And then like whenever you see one of these scenes, it kind of reminds you like there's something else.
And actually, I hate how well this on-the-spot twist worked out for the film.
Yeah.
Like how the entire film, Tucker's looking into the camera. He knows about it being a production. Maybe not right away, but like...
I think he knew right away.
Not day one. That's not what I mean. But like...
I meant like the character knew right away.
Oh, yeah.
And it was such a weird coincidence that I was the only character who never looked in the camera.
Yeah.
And my favorite part is when Valley Fair, when Tucker looks right in the camera, and then I look right where he's looking, but I don't see what
like when you rewatch the film, you're like, wait a minute, is this planned or not? Like, there was another layer of meaning that we discovered with, like, the whole thing being a film at the end. Wasn't it, like, supposed to be like, the embodiment of high school or something? Like, now that it's over, what do we do with our lives, kind of?
Yeah.
Like, how I didn't really...
Yeah. I think, like, that was, like, an interpretation of it, but I really think, like, it all fits under, like, just how much significance we put on things in our past.
Let's hear it for Fred.
Because like that's kind of the same thing. Like you put so much significance on high school, and then you get done with it, and you are just kind of like, what's next? Because like that's all you ever know.
While the scene is very long, surprisingly, I feel like it fits very naturally. Like after like the whole movie, like each scene lasts about 5 minutes, more or less, but like basically around 5. So when you get to like the scenes that are about 10 minutes each, like you really feel the impact of those scenes, I feel like. And the scenes that are like that are the farm chase scene, the finale, and this scene.
Yeah. And I love how weird these characters are, and how like the team up I feel like works so well.
That's
just
true.
like the nerd and the Aussie. And like that really innocent nerd too, and he's just like so in love with what he does, and he's so like justified with his actions. Like it's no big deal. And then meanwhile we have the Aussie over here whose whole life has been a lie.
And I love how we use like the videotapes on the left to be like, yeah, that's the footage we collected of you guys.
Come on,
I feel like that was fun. Yeah. Oh, remember when the audience gasped when they said that, and I was like, oh, that's not the reaction I thought. How many Oscars did we win?
3?
3.
3, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was about 3.
The puppet was like magical. Is that movie magic too?
What puppet?
What puppet?
Wait, the puppet's red! Is the puppet supposed to be symbolic of like entertainment for children?
I think the puppet's supposed to be symbolic for a puppet.
Oh my gosh.
Dang. That's really deep. Oh, what the?
Wait, the puppet's now dead. What happened?
Or maybe that's the puppet clone.
Oh my gosh, now there's clones of puppets. We gotta make a sequel.
Maybe
we gotta get on this.
Maybe it's the
Can we make a sequel and actually buy puppets of all of us?
Yes.
Yeah, make
a
an
puppet.
individual
So
puppet
we have a new villain, the Puppeteer, and he's turning people into puppets, like cloning them. And he's the one who created the clones of David.
Wow.
Okay, guys. If you want Missing Basketball 2, contact Brady Bruce, because all of us are on board, but Brady Bruce over here is just...
Funny about that, I remember
we need the funding. We need the funding, and then
you're
we'll
right,
have
right.
it.
And you afford those songs for Fred's Fire Mixtape.
We got the
2.
GoFundMe page up for the Missing Basketball 2 budget.
Mm-hmm.
So go
if
out
you
there,
donate over $10, you get a high five and a signed basketball.
You donate.
Promise.
Oh wait, no. If you donate $100, you get the donate.
If you donate $100K, I will personally give you Tucker's phone number.
Wow. All you ladies out there, all you ladies waiting for that heartthrob to come knocking at your door.
Or men, if you want to text Tucker.
Okay.
Tucker didn't say no.
Back to the movie.
What?
So
we're getting off topic here.
Okay, so guys, back to the movie. What I find very interesting about like the next two scenes, including this one, is how kind of grounded they are to the rest of the film. Like, these are the films I think that are about kind of life after Friends.
And like how he said, "What do I do now?" and stuff like that.
Like, world's your oyster. He works at an office. Like, there's no setup for that whatsoever. Yet it's so unsatisfyingly kind of true. Like, we all kind of feel like we're in like an office job, isolated. At least from my point of view. Even though I've met new people, things, I still like. I feel kind of like, yo, it's just me. So I think it's kind of interesting also how in the next scene, like, we don't include any like jokes about like the fantastical like puppets or anything, drugs, or even like weird edits. It's just kind of you working, get like a phone call.
It all makes sense now.
So Grady, for the person who vouched for this line,
I love
what does that
line
mean?
so much because literally the drugs are like something in the movie that make no sense whatsoever, and it's like representative of the whole movie as well. And then David acts like it has a huge impact, and I just love how my character looks at this empty bottle of pills and says, "It all makes sense now." And then we had someone in the theater literally yell out, he's like, "No, it doesn't."
Wait, wasn't that Mac or
no? It was Jonathan Graham's.
Yeah.
Which I think like it has meaning by not having meaning.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
Because like if the theme is the only things that matter are like the things we put meaning on, like how like we define that, like it's just kind of like ironic how he gets it and like it really doesn't mean anything, but to
but
him
it
specifically
does mean something to Freddie Fredrickson.
Yeah, to him specifically it means something.
And so the whole experience was worth it to him because he got a redeeming quality out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I like that once the drugs are out, that you see that container is visibly empty. They popped all those pillies. So, and now there's no more clones, there's no more adventure. I mean, life's just back to reality, man.
Well, and
so does that mean that this was all like just a trip?
I think all of the prior movie wasn't a dream. It was just literally a novel made up by this weird writer trying to get out of his desk job. And then he gets a call from Billy, and then he's like, "Oh wait, Billy's an actual person."
That could be it. That, like, part of that could be it. Like, honestly, like him romanticizing like
his childhood.
His childhood.
Wait, so this character
like writing an epic story about it.
Damn.
And what if right here, because we juxtapose that scene with this scene. So what if this character of Dudley is all in his head, and this character has schizophrenia, but he's also a writer?
Oh, true. I like how we had this cleaning up scene, like it made the
It's
movie,
like wrapping it all up. It's kind of nice.
I really like the slow fade of like how Billy transitions from being the main character to kind of a side character to Fred in a way at the end.
I mean, it's not because like Tucker was never available.
No, that's not it at all.
It was because you wanted him to die.
But it does that. But I think it did have meaning while we were making it. But I just think it's funny because it did stem from Tucker not being available like at all. Classic school.
Classic.
Sure.
Big oof on
It
that
was
one.
school.
I can't believe we're already at the last scene. This is crazy.
Already.
I mean, there's like an hour of credits, but because of the bloopers. But like, I feel like on the actual day, this scene, the filming of the scene, I feel like it was pretty solid. I mean, except for the audio problems.
And taboo topics that shall not be named. Controversy on set.
No, I think up until like before all that, you know,
We're coming out with this story, okay?
Okay, I guess we're coming out with the story.
Whoa! How for the full story?
No,
just the important part.
Just the important parts.
Okay.
I was interrogated.
After we filmed this scene, this was filmed in Duluth, Minnesota. Just keep in mind we live in the Twin Cities. So that's like a 2-hour drive.
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Just for that
Tucker
one.
lives up there now.
Yep.
Don't stalk him, please. Actually do.
Yeah, but let's like redact that information. Just bleep it out.
Just put this
You know what-
sound.
you know
Just
what I
put this
hate?
soundbite over it, Brady. Redacted.
Will do.
All right. Anyway, it's 2.5-hour drive. We kind of sort out all the cash and everything. Like, we're like text message. Like, we're all gonna pitch in this amount. It comes the day of, like, one of our friends who's helping us film. You know who you are. What's up? What's up?
No.
He ends up bringing some extra people, and then we're driving back.
There's David in the back.
And we didn't think to get the money. Yeah, there I am. Beforehand, we just kind of thought, we'll get to the gas station, people will pay, and we'll keep going. Yeah, didn't really happen.
No, by the time we got to the gas station, everyone had already paid their fair share. So that at that point it was time to figure out who would pay the extra. Well, extra, quote unquote.
Except the person who... No, it wasn't even extra. He hadn't even paid his fair share yet.
He paid his...
Redacted.
This person had
He
paid
hadn't
his...
paid anything.
No, he paid
Yeah,
his.
put it over.
He paid his, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm pretty sure he paid his, but he didn't pay for his uninvited invited guests.
Plural.
There was a certain guest who he told he would pay for his gas and food, which then that's why we're not really mad at the guests, more at the person who promised the guests he'd pay for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, huge
it's all water
fiasco.
under the bridge.
Huge fiasco on set, but
Yeah,
it's
totally
all
water
good.
under the bridge.
We were at a gas station for an hour debating over if this person should use this $100 he had on hand. That he said that he couldn't use.
Okay, chill out on him. He's all right.
We love you. Redacted.
You don't say redacted. We put
Yeah,
redacted.
you put my redacted over it.
Okay, put the redacted over my
Should I put
redacted.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, this last scene is nuts. We're filming in Duluth. There's a big old lake up there, and it's beautiful. What does it symbolize, Brian?
Well,
The
it
blue.
symbolizes walking into the unknown, to the future. You never know what you'll find. It is vast, it's huge, it's blue.
The wild blue.
Blue's the
yonder.
future! That's what it is!
Yeah, you thought blue didn't mean anything, but boom, it did.
Alright, well, I'm happy I found the meaning of blue. And also, I love how the song Carry On that I chose at the end was like very, like, it is the meaning of the film almost.
Mhm.
Like, I felt like that was a very fitting song.
Yeah, I remember feeling so nostalgic after finishing this and like showing it to so many people. And like even though there's so many things, like it's not a movie masterpiece, but to us, the people who experienced all of these memories, even that Duluth trip, like the controversy behind the scenes, like I look back fondly on that, and it's kind of cool just to see that all of this effort through us growing up has been put into this film that Brady Bruce over here made. So.
Yeah. Also, like, bros, we actually finished this. That's pretty crazy. Like,
Yeah, I
think
never
about
thought we
that.
would finish it.
I almost gave up about 2, 3, 20 times.
Like we all did.
Okay, Dave, it's time to film. No, I'm playing We Party, You Party. But like, also a random fun fact. I'm actually pretty sure this album came out the same year we started filming the movie. Like, I'm pretty
2012?
sure it came out 2012, which I think is like, I think that's pretty cool actually. I think it's like a.
Wow, that is it's all coming full circle.
Look at that. And now we're doing an audio commentary on a disc for a movie that is going to be quite old by the time it comes out.
How long ago? 2 years?
It came out 27 May, so that was
It's almost 2.
that would be, yeah, it's almost 2 years in like 5 months, 6 months, so it was like half a year. It's a year and a half old right now. That's crazy. And if you're counting the day we started filming, 2012, we'll be coming up on the 10th anniversary in a couple of years. Think about that.
Holy.
Like,
10 years?
okay, here's the thing. I think in like 10 years, we should like all get back together, rent out a theater, and just watch it again. Just us, though.
Just us.
Just us. Take that. So. No, us.
I don't know. If you're paying for it, I'm fine.
Okay. Us and the devoted fan base.
Devoted fan base.
It's gonna be like The Room.
There's an extensive cast list.
As clone.
Yeah, where's Penelope?
Clone driving car. Jean Turfa's
light.
life. Clone with knife. Cinematographers.
Brock
Brock
Burquest.
He was the one scene where we filmed in Carter's room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I'm the art director.
Wow.
Yeah. Makeup department.
We had the makeup.
It was blood.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah.
We did makeup in the first couple of years, I think. Yeah, it's fun. No one's ever gonna stop us tonight.
Hey, it's looking like someone's coming in the studio. Oh, he made it! Obama.
Whoa, Obama.
You made it. I dialed him up. Can we give him a round of applause?
Mr. President.
You're too kind. So I didn't think you'd make it, Mr. President. Aren't you busy now? No, I'm just on vacation. You know. I'm not the president anymore. Oh, well, I'm glad you can make it. This is it's a real honor. Yeah, it's no problem. Michelle, yeah, just wait in the car. Well, is there anything you'd like to say about your role in the movie? I know that you had to take time off of the presidency to fly out to Minnesota to film. Oh, yeah. It was great. I had a great time filming with you guys. Tucker, you're an amazing actor.
Thank you, President.
I really do think that. You and all my fellow Americans here.
We're all actors.
You're all fantastic actors.
Wow, I really appreciate it, President Barack Obama.
Anyway, I gotta go. Michelle's waiting. Michelle's waiting in the car.
Okay, understand.
Michelle, I'm coming.
We don't want to keep the wife waiting.
Can I take one of these sodas here?
Yeah, take as many as you want.
Yeah, you can take one. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here now.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thanks for coming by.
Oh, that was kind of unexpected.
Wow, I didn't think he'd make it.
That was kind of. Did he seem drunk to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, he was kind of cranky at his wife there. Oh my gosh. I didn't ever see that in the press releases.
I don't know.
Anyway. Oh, is that? Oh, that's just Brady. Never mind. Brady, I didn't know you left.
Oh, sorry, man.
You missed Obama.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, Obama just came.
What?
Yeah.
Obama left without saying hello?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Obama.
What the?
Oh my gosh! Howdy! But can we just talk about the glow-ups we all had? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, you don't wear your shirts like that anymore.
I know, right? Like
that is a pretty big glow-up.
So,
that really helps.
You know what? This, I think, would be a good moment to talk about sequel ideas. We've been reflecting on the past of the film, and now as we're looking at reality, we should reflect to the future.
Yeah, well, first, I'll go first. My whole belief about the sequel was I thought that... Oh.
What the?
Anyway, so I think how I foresee a sequel is the main character is David's clone at the very end, because his character had such a good reaction, and there's so much depth to the character that hasn't been explored. And I think Fred and Billy could play into that story, but I think there's a lot of potential with that clone. That's how I see it. Brady, what are your thoughts? Because you started actually planning on a sequel, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we all have like hundreds of ideas for sequels every day.
Yes.
But I think my idea is so in depth, I've got to go with David and Tucker's ideas first.
Okay.
So, David or Tucker, who wants to go first?
If you would make
a sequel. We do a burlesque version of the first movie.
Oh, nice.
A burlesque.
Define burlesque for us, for the audience out there who might not know.
It's a type of musical performance.
Well, here's the thing. I think I got a great opening act already. I'm being held hostage.
I'm in mom's car.
Tell me about the basketball. There we go. That's the opening line right there. The musical.
It's beautiful.
What about you, Tucker?
I think I like Grady's idea where we are looking at it through the clone's eyes. I think that would offer a fresh twist on the franchise, and I support that idea.
If you support your own idea, what would your own idea be, Burquest?
My own idea?
Yeah. We want to hear from your individuality.
Oh,
there's Obama. Too bad he wasn't here when he saw this picture.
Thanks, Obama.
Well, Michelle was waiting,
Yes, Michelle didn't want to see this glorious charmingness of Obama.
More like Bro-Obama.
That was actually some cheating on Michelle right there, I think.
Yes, but Tucker, let us not distract us from the fact that you have an idea for the sequel.
Yes, Tucker, yes.
Okay, do it one more time.
Tucker, we want to hear the in-depth of your mind.
Come on.
Come on, Tucker, we're all waiting.
Tucker, I know you're a little bit bashful.
Young Gray with the long hair and glasses.
Did I, for the sequel, I'm coming up with, I don't have any ideas right now on me, so I don't know what.
You forgot your idea pad at home,
Oh, there's a shot when Tucker's dad is coming up.
There's the car right there.
Alright, so I guess since Tucker, since Grady stole Tucker's idea.
Yeah, that's obviously what happened, yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to cover. Alright.
For him, not for me.
Sorry about that. Alright, so the director's idea for a sequel would have actually gone with the idea of a little bit more focus on Dudley, the last remaining director clone. And basically, we've got a problem. The basketballs, they're multiplying. In the
missing basketballs.
That's right, missing basketballs.
You see, Alien, they took it to the next step. Aliens. We gotta go plural. So basically, it would have been like a swashbuckling adventure where they're on a boat and they're following a trail of basketballs in the lake, leading to a source. But the twist of the film is it would have been a jukes. You see, Dudley's not the last clone.
Whoa! You're spoiling missing
basketballs. Whoa! We're actually gonna make this?
Yeah. Remember, we're getting the funding.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, audience.
Whoa! Close your eyes, audience.
Oh no! Now cuddling? Oh my gosh!
See, that's just more truth to that hidden theory that we won't go into about Billy and Fred.
Well, I wasn't even gonna bring it up at all, but now you brought it up.
Oh no!
That's all we have to say.
All right. That's if we re-edit it for the Oscars.
Re-edit it for the Oscars when this gets nominated. What did Sharknado?
Well, it's already been nominated 2 years ago.
Did it get nominated for 12 Oscars?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I saw that, but did we win any?
We won Best Animated Film, I believe.
Oh, okay. True.
I would say we really were a shoe-in for that category.
Yeah. I mean, Tucker's performance was quite animated.
That's true. In the good way.
Yeah, in the good way.
Yeah, it was not one-dimensional at all.
Whoa!
No.
Hold up.
Anything, it was three-dimensional.
Yeah, it was
you could say.
All right, so I'm gonna go through the nominations. All right, hold up. Where's the real nominations? All right, so we had Best Picture, Best Directing, Best Leading Actor. Oh wait, that was it. Oh no.
That's all you need. That's the trifecta.
It is the trifecta. Alright, so I guess we never really went into this scene. There's a fun little story behind this. So the scene is 3 lines of dialogue. We all know this. And it was supposed to be Rajan talking to Tucker. That man right there. They could not act together at all. You want to know why that is? Friendship.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked out, me and Rajan being in the same scene. We didn't click.
Actually, I think it was for the better in the end, because by, the end of the film, with the whole scene...
Whoa! What the...
Like,
Hold on. What is this?
this is the entire bloopers.
Is this gonna be online?
I just got a text from my lawyer. We have to cut this part out. We have to cut the shirtless part out of this scene here.
Why's that?
That's what he said. He just
The lawyer said so. We gotta listen to the lawyer. Why do I keep taking off my shirt?
You know what? That's what we were all asking that night.
I don't understand.
You remember that night?
All too well.
All too well. I wouldn't stop laughing.
Hey, Jared, where did you come from?
I thought you left.
Wait, how was your doctor's appointment?
Yeah, how was your doctor's appointment?
It's terminal.
Do the door thing. He's coming in. He's coming in. Hey, Jared,
Hey!
you're back from the doctor. How's it going?
It's terminal.
Oh no!
Ooh, what a shame.
Hey, what is it? What is it? Did they tell you?
No, they don't know what it is. They just know it's terminal.
Oh.
Hey, well, you know what? You
It's a
better hop on
tragedy.
that terminal and fly to Miami, am I right?
True that. Dinkin' flicker.
I'm gonna have to redact that. How dare you? Oh, well, we still got about 20 minutes of talking left.
20 minutes of bloopers?
20 minutes of bloopers.
Oh, wow.
So, let's all go around and share, like, the best memory. Let's start with Dave. What was your best production memory from the movie?
Going to Red Wing was fun. I really liked doing that. Going to Duluth was a good time. I don't know. Anytime we like went somewhere to film, like it was always fun.
I think those always actually ended up being the better scenes because we were more
Invested.
Yeah, because there was actually distance put in for the movie. What about for you, Tucker or Grady? What would you say is like the best experience from production? Like, the most fun you had? Favorite time?
Tucker, do you have one, or should I go?
You go ahead.
I would say all of these. I feel like the whole thing was super fun for me. There was a lot of frustrating parts, but all the frustrating parts, like I said earlier, were just as fun. And this is the blooper we talked about earlier.
Yeah, all
what the heck?
I'd agree with that the frustrating parts ended up being the parts that we remembered the most and kind of were like, okay, that was actually a lot of fun.
That's kind of true, man. I mean, any like specific experience that you can like come up with
Well,
besides for redacted?
Well, like this. Oh, I love this scene. I love like doing those fun scenes where I gotta go like really out of my normal personality in the Freddie Fredrickson character.
That's very true. That's a lot.
And sometimes I took it too far in the Freddie Fredrickson character.
We had to cut it out a little bit.
Yeah, there was two scenes in particular. One was this scene.
I'm not sure if this is in the bloopers or not. But
Yeah, because
like,
it was in the
horse-
ordinary.
Yeah, it was in like the thing that was gonna make a promotional for the DVD, like the behind the scenes thing.
There's so many unfinished parts.
Will it ever get finished?
Oh, Leonardo. See, there's a Ninja Turtle cameo. That's my favorite part of this whole film.
Alright, I guess for me, my absolute favorite part of production was probably. Wait, hold up. I had it.
Filming this was pretty fun.
Yeah,
too.
like this was like, like this was frustrating, but
it's kind of
we
fun.
literally ran over the. Yeah, there's the dock man appearance.
Wait, let me see it.
I love how we had it down because we were trying not to get like the person who threw it in the way.
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
looked a lot better. We had it. That was pretty good.
That was the one we'd use. The reason's in the blooper is because I cut out the reaction afterwards.
Oh, gotcha.
Because we thought it like cracked the
Yeah, you
windshield.
should.
We were in shock.
Actually, that's when we took off the bill, I think.
So dramatic.
Yeah, actually, I might agree. This Red Wing, Duluth. Okay, those are the generic answers. I need to find a unique one now.
No, you could say the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Explain.
It's whatever is actually your favorite.
You know what? I'll just explain all the favorites because we need to pad this thing down, bro.
Well, also, while you're thinking of a favorite, I said continuity a few times. You have to
that was a good memory.
you have to explain that. I wasn't even there.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you were there for continuity.
Was
No,
I?
That was your scene, wasn't
Was
it?
it?
I came up with the joke.
Yeah, David came up with the joke because Brady missaid it, right? From what I remember.
Yeah, it was something. It was Brady was trying to say continuity,
Yeah.
and it sounded like continuity.
So we put the R rating on the film for
Continuity.
continuity.
You see, like times like this where we're just like being idiots, it's like I actually had an excuse to be an idiot.
Dude, I'm splurting out blood.
Kaisa.
Yeah, like I think with Red Wing it was a lot of fun as we went to a lot of different parts of Red Wing. Like, remember after we filmed, we were all like so dehydrated and like so tired of the heat.
Oh, I love
And
this
we went to
blooper.
Dairy Queen.
I love this blooper. This is one of my favorite bloopers.
Which one? This
Oh wait,
one?
no,
Oh,
this
one.
one.
We just like totally miscalculated the shots.
Yeah, I think probably my favorite was the Red Wing, just because of all the like different things that happened. Like I always remember like how we binged Stranger Things the night before, and how we wanted to go like get up early to go do it so we could get back and keep watching Stranger Things. And there was also like the whole Pokemon Go fad and everyone was trying to get their Pokemon Go as they were driving.
I remember there's a clip of like Tucker, like it's like Grady's like, Tucker, we have to film, and there's like, but it's a Charizard.
No, I had a
want it
Jigglypuff,
so
I think.
bad.
It was one that
It was
I,
a
like,
Jigglypuff.
It was. I feel like it was one
Oh,
that I actually
Jigglypuff?
knew because I don't actually know Pokemon, but like I knew that one. Oops, my hands.
Like
Do it one more time.
it looks so lame.
I got
Great,
hit.
keep going.
Of course,
I got accidentally hit a lot. in this
Yeah.
movie.
It was like
David was the force of it.
Grady
A lot of
and
abuse.
David were the ones who got hurt the most.
There was one time I actually got pushed in that scene we were filming in Red Wing, and
Oh, there's the hit.
oh my gosh.
He like punched my glasses off.
Yeah,
This okay. The first half of filming this scene was a lot of fun. I feel like
I hardly remember filming this scene.
it was.
Like,
it was
I do
awesome.
not remember that part of David. This was me. That was in the background. Was just me disappointed in life. Was this actually for real, or are we serious?
You know what? The lines are blurred. Let's be real. Like
Yeah, sometimes
we-
like the serious things became to be kidding, and sometimes kidding scenes ended up being like super serious and getting in the movie.
yeah, that's true. Like sometimes like it was something that we made meant to be little bloopers made it to the film.
He's after us now. He's after us.
Whoa, who was that?
You do. For what reason? I don't know. I don't know his ways, but we're both
I
gonna
don't know his
die.
ways.
If we don't,
Yo, quit the chit chat. This is for the audience.
if we don't run.
I think it's hilarious that like the most directionless scenes were the scenes that people were like, "This is going on for too long."
yeah.
Like this
We
scene.
should have made that.
Fred, they were after us.
Like this scene had a great memory, but I feel like this scene should have been cut.
That's true. I think it's just cool like that we had that every like scene has kind of a memory from that time in our lives.
Oh, 100%.
That kind of brings us back.
I love this part.
Don't look to the light. And then it comes back up.
What?
You
Me in
made
the
so many
background.
weird faces that day. Like, I think that's what I remember the most, except for, like, the officer situation. Like,
Whoa, plot
oh,
twist.
no, okay, no. This might actually be my favorite scene in the film. Even
The
though my
finale?
arms, like, hurt like crazy.
And
Where is
we
he?
were on a time constraint too.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Like, I remember some good memories.
Here's
like,
ready. Wait, I think this is when you hit me. Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
The gooch flash.
oh!
Yeah, in the back.
Like, even though we were rushed, I feel like we were just, like, mostly goofing around
Yeah.
with, like, the fight scenes. Like, half of it was we didn't have time to choreograph it, but, like, the other half we did have time to choreograph it.
Yeah. Oh.
Whoa. America's got
Oh.
Brady's got these dancers.
Master's
Oh.
got the moves.
We actually got Michael Jackson to film as the master for a few scenes.
We resurrected him from the dead.
He
was alive at that time.
Oh yeah.
Was it? No.
Forgot.
No, he was dead,
No,
but he
was
due
alive.
to the fact that he
He's still alive. I don't know what you guys are talking.
well, yeah, he just didn't.
Oh,
want
that's
his
when
face to
Holden
be shown,
broke
so
the,
Brady had to play.
The handcuffs.
That's why he agreed to be in it. It was the only role that he could take in a mask. Nobody would hire Michael Jackson to cover him up.
And the sun, too, it protected him from the sun.
That's where a lot of our budget went.
Yeah.
Because after he faked his death, you know, it was.
He kind of tied our hands. With what
The
we could
worst
do.
part about it all was the editing. I mean, I had to completely delete all the audio. You just wouldn't stop singing. Billy, are you okay? Billy, are you okay, Billy?
Opens his eyes again.
Like.
Rice for sweet prince.
Your eyes got so red. Oh my gosh, poor Jared.
Jared's eyes do that a lot.
Redacted. Oh, here we go. Here's the part, like, we did this super cut of, like, how many times we dropped the basketball. Oh, wasn't Tucker twerking behind me?
Yes.
I was?
Yes.
That
You
was
tried to make me laugh.
I like how you reposition the shot too, so like the final one that you got was like off to the side. You could literally see. That would've been funny.
That was it right there.
Last day, recording?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Last day. Because I'm pretty sure the bloopers were in chronological order, for the most part.
Oh, really?
For the most part. I mean, like, the first couple years, I purposely paced it out differently.
Yeah.
We could not stop laughing.
It was just so
I
sad.
remember when Holden kept throwing rocks at him.
Oh my gosh.
No, it was me too, but
Yeah.
my
like,
rock
I'm
throwing
totally
was fun.
in the-
Yeah, the shadow. And you were getting mad at us for messing up.
You right.
For the adventure. For what? For the adventure.
See if we wouldn't mess up all the times the camera worked in the shot.
Doing great.
Let's go!
I did not remember that.
This was really cold, by the way.
Yeah,
It was freezing.
It was the one time I was glad I was wearing something more than Tucker was.
I don't understand. It was May 7th. It should have been hot by then.
Well, it was warmer down in the cities. It was like 65 out, I remember, and then we went up here and it was like 40 degrees.
I could have made this so much worse for you.
Yeah, I could have made you guys kiss.
Okay, and action.
Yeah, I think that would have been redacted before it even happened.
Redacted.
Not redacted, it's true.
We cannot
Just wait
censor
until the
truth.
end scene of the movie. It'll explain everything. The post-credits scene.
Oh, I forgot about
Oh
that.
my god.
Wait, is it in this? Is
It
after
is in
the
this,
bloopers?
yeah. It's after the
We just have
bloopers.
to watch 30 minutes of bloopers. Oh my gosh.
They're almost over, right?
Yeah, this is the end of the bloopers.
That's what they all say. This is the bloopers right now.
I love how it's just been on, like, this...
Scene 13, shot 8.
Wait, are you telling me the whole movie wasn't bloopers?
Fred,
Oh,
I mean, it pretty much was.
Own up to it,
That's
man.
true.
We're still on this. We've been talking like it's 3 minutes.
For the adventure, man.
It's just so hard to like take him seriously.
Your Dairy Queen hat, Jared. Real stylish.
Action.
Smile on your face.
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
No, thank you.
For what?
For the adventure.
That was lost it there.
So, do we sign off before the end credits scene?
I think we should sign off. Any last words, anyone?
Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for
made it
listening.
this
Thanks
far.
for watching. Thanks for supporting the movie.
Amen.
And here's, before we leave, the very first scene. Very first shot of the film.
All right, everybody. Everybody say bye to the audience.
Bye.
Oh, look, now we're saying bye to the
Thanks for
audience
listening,
there.
audience.
It's all of us saying bye while all of us are commentating on us saying bye.
And that is a wrap
That's a wrap.
on Missing Basketball.
And that is a wrap on the Missing Basketball Extended Edition Blu-ray commentary track. Thanks for listening.